What up, people? What's good? Salute, salute.
Yes, sir.
Yo, what's good, everybody? Salute to the tribe. We're hip hop and comics, comics and hip hop. We're a niche channel. We're a niche channel. Reserved for the best. It's super dope. I do sell comics. Check me out on Instagram at 6th_element_comics. Yeah, because comic books are the sixth element of hip hop. Yo, yo, yo. May the 4th be with you. Yes, sir. It is the 4th of May. What's good, Corey? Salute, salute. We in the building. We got Stu Dog at the comic store right now, collecting his free comic book day haul, which he should have done earlier today. You know what time the show starts, but I digress. I'm ready. I got my books. We're going to chop them up. We're going to check them out. We're going to look at them. And yeah. All right, dog, come on. We here. We live. We ready. And then we're going to talk about Batman First Night on this DC Power Hour, because it is still DC Power Hour, although it is May the 4th. But we're going to talk about lots of Star Wars shit because it's May the 4th. And it's Free Comic Book Day. It's like, is it my birthday? Like, what the fuck? Everything is beautiful. Let's see here. Let me organize my situation. These are the free books we got. Free Comic Book Day. And then these are the not free books that we got. They got me. They got me good. But here you go. We'll run through these real quick while we're waiting on Stu, and then we'll get into the old review of the Tales of the Empire. And boy, am I disappointed. Oh man. Oh man. I am disappointed. Not saying it sucked, but I am disappointed. We'll talk about it. Man, that was my favorite. Tales of the Jedi is easily one of my very top favorite things out of Star Wars since Rogue One. Well, man, I like that shit a lot. It's up there to me with Mando and Andor. Tales of the Jedi. So not super happy what we got here, but check it out, man. These are what they're giving away right now today at the comic book shop of your choice, your favorite LCS, Let's Local Comic Book Shop. This is Conan Battle of the Blackstone, and it looks super dope. Battle of the Blackstone. And Conan is always looking wicked. Guys, don't sleep on Free Comic Book Day either, by the way. Free Comic Book Day, I mean, you get first appearances. Like, Free Comic Book Day is not bullshit. Like, this is me because I thought it was. Like, honestly, I used to think, I was like, yeah, they're giving you just crap, like pamphlets and shit. I thought they were advertised. I just didn't get it. These are comics, bro. These are really officially good comics. And some of these, like I said, end up being first appearance. I mean, there's a couple Free Comic Book Day comics that are worth a lot of money. So do not sleep. Solomon Kane, Dark Agnes de Chastion, El Borak, Professor John Kirwan. What are these? This is not your typical Conan fare. Solomon Kane is a beast. What is this? But yeah, I'm telling you, man, they don't fuck about. But this is a really good looking book, really nice art, and you know, art is definitely important, guys. Don't sleep on the art. Now, this is comics. This ain't novels. It's a visual medium. Yeah, that's why I don't have a comic. That's why there's no Sixth Element comic, because the art, man, it costs a fuck ton. What else did we get? Free Comic Book Day, Cannibal. And Cannibal's a black and white manga looking book. Reminds me of Chainsaw Man as far as the art style and the gross out factor. I think that's what they kind of go for. Yeah, it's really good. I mean, the art's great, and yes, it is. The way you know it's manga is because it opens this way. That's right. That's right. Stu Dog about to grab them too. Yeah, Robert E. Howard made Solomon Kane. Thank you, Rad. That's right. And Conan. Robert E. Howard, a racist bastard, but hell of a writer. Um, but yeah, he did make Solomon Kane. All those characters, man. It's cool. Cool as fuck. But this again it immediately reminded me of Chainsaw Man because that hat, because Chainsaw Man has a main villain called Sword Man, or I forget his name, Sword Guy, and he's fucking dope and he has a hat like that. But yeah, the art style, I wonder if it's by the same guy. Let me see. Niyomiya Masaki Blaze. I don't think that's the same guy. Misamaki Niyomiya. Yo, Blaze! But yeah. These are dope. So then we have what else? Dying Inside. Stu Dog's over there. Stu, are you waiting in line to get the free books? They have a line for the free books? Is that at Wade's? That's wild. You want a hat like that? You have a hat like that, don't you? Did you work at a prison? You a guard? Don't you have a hat like that? Y'all got hats like that. Y'all got police hat. It's looks like a police hat. Probably you probably get one out the what you call. But yeah, that's crazy. They got a line at your store. My shop, a couple of my LCSs have what they'll do is they'll have a big table laid out with stacks of the comics. And then and you can just walk up, get your books, whoever, you just walk up and like grab the ones you want at my shop. There's another shop in the area that pisses me off. They're like, you can only take 3. It's free comic. Why are you limiting the amount that I can choose? Like, I got to sit there and choose out of. Bro, look at how many books there are. I got to choose 3 or whatever, 4. Even if it's 4 or 5, it's still, bro. Come on, bro. So yeah, fuck that. These are free comics, man. Don't be an asshole. If you own a comic store, do not limit the people how many free comics they can get. But yeah, some of the bigger shops, bigger towns, bigger areas, yeah, they definitely have lines, but it is stupid as shit. All right, next book, moving on pretty quick. Oh, what did we talk? We didn't talk about Dying Inside. This is one that I would have skipped if I had time to really look inside it. It's not for me. It's probably targeting, girl comic fans. It's definitely like a girly book. Not in a bad way, just it's a girly book. It looks like Steven Universe art. Actually, it reminds me a lot of that. But that's that. Didn't mean to grab it. Street Fighter vs. Final Fight. Fuck yeah, dude. So anybody that's a Neo Geo fan or Capcom fan rather, this looks like Neo Geo versus Capcom. I think Final Fight was Neo Geo, right? Yeah, Final Fight was Neo Geo. Fuck yeah, it was. Final Fight versus Street Fighter. That's cool. And the art is peak. I reiki that. Yeah, your shop limit was 4. That's fucking dumb, dude. Come down to Wade's Comics and get as much as you need. That's right, and that's why we're Atlantis Comics and Games in Portsmouth. Yeah, man. Ooh, this is nice. Look at that. Chun-Li, Guile. Dude, the art is nice. It's definitely that. Oh, look at that. Look at Balrog. That art's peak. I like that a lot. Yeah, I'm actually gonna read this. I say that because Street Fighter doesn't usually stuff. I was like, I could take it or leave it, but this actually looks really cool. And I'm kind of liking Street Fighter lately for some reason. They've got some cool shit going on. Planet of the Apes: Fall of Man. The Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes in theaters May 10th. And this is definitely part of the movie franchise. This is really, really nicely done. Really, really well drawn. Another great example. Don't sleep on Free Comic Book Day. There's a lot of pages on this book. This is a fat book. It is Marvel. It is Marvel Comics. So Marvel is doing Planet of the Apes, and yeah, based on the movies and stuff. So cool. Star Wars #1 by Soul. So this is 2 action-packed stories featuring Darth Vader, Princess Leia, Luke Skywalker, and more classic characters. And thanks, guys, because Kathleen Kennedy, Lucasfilm, they're trying to kill the classic characters. They want to kill them off, and we're going to talk about that today when we talk about fucking Tales of the Empire and Acolyte. Yeah, I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing. They want to erase the original character. They say it makes Star Wars seem tiny. It doesn't make Star Wars seem tiny, okay? When you have a franchise, there's characters in every franchise that are mainstay characters. I mean, come on, dude. Don't miss me with that, bro. I know what you're trying to do. We're not stupid. But this is cool. This is really good. Good classic Star Wars. Let me show you guys. And it's Charles Soule, who does a lot of the Star Wars stuff, Star Wars comics, Vader comic, the High Republic. I'm sorry I showed you that. High Republic is garbage. Utter garbage. Sorry, it is. Challenge me. Prove me wrong. Fucking change my mind. Ooh, that looks good. But anyways, yes. Star Wars #1. Ooh, yeah. What? Energon Universe, fucking Megatron on the cover, #1. This is what I'm talking about. This is a dope book. I don't give a fuck if it's Free Comic Book Day. This could end up being worth money. This is Energon Universe #1, Megatron full cover, Megatron cover, beautiful. Yeah, they do. They got a kids section. They have our store. They had adult, teen, and kids. Like they just had little signs. Like these are adult, these are teen, these are kids. Had them separated so that you didn't have to I wonder what this is, and people fucking fumbling around and shit. You know what you want, and yeah, there was some. I didn't find. Normally, I do find something on the kids section. There's always something cool like Sonic or something cool, but didn't have anything today. There's a Pokemon one that I thought my son might like, but he was like, nah. This is fucking. I'm going nuts right now, dude. You got Globulus? What? This is not just Transformers, guys. This is the Energon universe. Okay, that means G.I. Joe. Ooh. Look at Globulus, bitch. This might be Globulus. I don't know. This might be Globulus' first full appearance. I forget if he was in one of these. Well, I haven't read the latest one, but I got it. We're gonna talk about that. Look at this, guys. Fuck yeah, dude. Baroness. Ninjas and shit. Oh, that's one of the Energon. One of the there's Duke. I think that's one of the. There's three. There's G.I. Joe. There's Transformers, and there's Void Rivals. I recognize these dudes. I forget where they're from. This pig face guy and the green head guy. Somebody in the chat, let me know. But yeah, this is really cool, man. I am really happy about this. The artwork is really cool in the Transformers stuff. It looks like almost like, I don't know how to really describe it. It's a weird. It's like gives me, I don't know, like a graffiti vibe. Like, I don't know. It just feels like just cartoon. I don't know, just like graffiti art. I don't know, dude. It's wicked. It's wicked. But yeah, that's a dope book right there. Free Comic Book Day, Energon Universe #1, Megatron full cover, beautiful, very cool. Bagging and boarding that one. I'm telling y'all, man, Free Comic Book Day is not no bullshit. Here goes Hellboy. I guess that's Hellboy, just Hellboy free comic book. It doesn't have a number on it, but it is a great Hellboy comic. If you know anything about Hellboy, or if you ever checked out Hellboy, the comic, you know it looks a little different than the movie and shit, but it's, you know, totally recognizable. It's really cool. That's how he looks. Hella good art. Hella good art. Yeah, bro. This is nice. I'm actually gonna read this. Like, going to Free Comic Book Day, coming home with a bunch of books that I'm actually excited to read. That's a fucking successful day. And dude, we got a stack. These are all dope. Like, I didn't get no bullshit too. I didn't pick up any crap. There was a bunch of crap on the table. This is like all the dope shit. Look at this TMNT classic fucking Eastman and Laird style. Look at that. Who's the Night Watcher? It says. Open up. Who's the Night Watcher? Beautiful artwork. Horse dude, bear dude. Got the homies on the back. This is Jason Aaron, and well, Jason Aaron, I guess, is the writer. They're gonna throw different artists on each. Oh wait, is it a different? I don't know. I'll get back to you on that. I'm not sure if he's the artist or what. I think he's the writer though. Usually they don't. Usually they don't have like a station a static artist and fluctuating writers, unless it's some sort of an anthology, which it very well could be. But that's Night Watcher. Okay, to be continued in TMNT Night Watcher #1. So that's Night Watcher #1, and there he is, and that's him on the front. That's Night Watcher, who is Night Watcher. So kind of like a Last Ronin deal. Who's the Last Ronin? Which turtle is Night Watcher? Because clearly he's a turtle. He's got three big turtle fingers. He's got the wide turtleish type size body, but he's got a special voice bubble. I don't know. It's cool. Very cool. Ultimate Universe has been amazing so far. I got a couple Ultimate Universe books we're going to show, and they did a second printing of Ultimate Universe. If you missed, dude, this is big news. If you missed, and I'm telling you because it's dope, if you missed Ultimate Universe, which I got Ultimate Universe #2 and 3 and 4, but I did not get #1. They just reprinted it. Second printing, Ultimate Universe #1 with the black border. Very, 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 very cool. And then they did a Spider-Man. New Spider-Man. Got that fifth printing of the Spider-Man #1. Fifth printing of Ultimate Spider-Man #1 is already on its fifth printing. And it's only on like issue 3 or 4. And they're already on the fifth printing of issue 1. If that gives you any, and it should give you some fucking clue of to how dope it is, because they don't do that. Not that quick. I mean, that's how fast it's selling out. Because it's dope. It's amazing. And this is really great art again. Now there's another slam dunk on the art on the free comic. And look at my boy Black Bolt. No, I hate the Inhumans, but I really dig Black Bolt as a character. I think he's one of the coolest fucking characters Marvel ever came up with. Call me crazy. I just do. The way he looks, the way I was going to say the way he sounds, the way he looks, the way just his whole vibe. He doesn't talk, but he's also not a fucking idiot, and he doesn't speak when his mouth is sewn shut. No. But yeah, this is bro. So the Ultimate Universe has been super, super cool. The new Ultimate Universe, I mean, everybody knows there was the previous Ultimate Universe, which spawned a lot of the MCU and all that good stuff. And they're back. It's totally different. It's not anything like the original Ultimate Universe. Oh, cool. Check this out. Brock. This is what I'm talking about. This is like bonuses in the free comic book day book. Little Venom book in the back with Null. There's no back. Oh no, that's Venom with the fucking Null fucking chest with the red. Oh yeah, he's fucking killer. He looks wicked. He looks fucking wicked. Is that Brock? And we are Venom. Venom War is coming. Where y'all going? Don't go nowhere. Ooh, don't go nowhere. We got a great show today, guys. We're just getting started. That's like Punisher right there. I'm just fucking off right now. We ain't even started the show. I'm just showing y'all some books and shit, waiting on people to get here. We got a lot of cool Star Wars shit to get into. One Piece. If you're a fan of the piece, this is a cool manga, free manga, which I guess it's one chapter of manga. The way they compile their books, like they put like this would be a comic book for us. This would be a complete book. Manga would put like 5 or 6 comic books in each book, call them volumes. But yeah, obviously they're read left to right. So you open it from what we would consider the back. But yeah, that is some really nice, cool artwork for manga. It's really good artwork. Stu Dog, what up?
What up?
But yeah, let me bust off the rest of these. Wait, what happened to the? All right, yeah, the One Piece. You got your books. You get your free comic books. Wow. Got the stack. Got the pack. Yo, Blood Hunt number 1.
Yeah. Mine comes in this lovely bag.
Yeah, I got a bag. I got a cool bag. Let me see my bag. So we have Galaxy Con going on here in Virginia.
Yeah, they got I forget the one that's going on in Philly.
Bag. Yeah,
there's one going on in Philly right now. I forget what it's called. Yeah, so that's a cool bag. I like that.
I like that bag. It's Galaxy Con Richmond, Oklahoma City, Columbus, Raleigh, San Jose, Anime Nightmare Weekend, Des Moines, Richmond, Columbus, and Raleigh. Yeah, so it's like a little Galaxy Con. A lot of celebrities and shit come to these. I've been to 2 of them. Blood Hunt number 1. I am really excited about getting this one. Blood Hunt is a really cool new event. That's going to be probably the biggest event Marvel has seen in a long time. Definitely the biggest event that they've seen in a very, very, very recent time. But the Blood Hunt is like a whole. It's going to cover every title. It's going to cover every different, team. Every character is going to be involved. So every comic title will have a Blood Hunt. Like there'll be X-Men Blood Hunt, whatever. Every Avengers Blood Hunt, whatever. So. This is the main story, Blood Hunt number 1. And then, that's a dope cover right there, bro.
There's the Blood Hunt variant cover.
Is that Blade?
Yeah, looking like a disco version of Blade with the afro.
Classic Blade, old school Blade. And that's the negative. Is that the
That's the negative cover, yeah.
Yeah, is because there's Blade, so there's Blade Blood Hunt, there's X-Men Blood Hunt, there's like I said, every title, every character will have
title has one, yeah.
A Blood Hunt, right?
Has a Blood Hunt, yeah.
Inhyukli. Yeah, Inhyukli.
Yeah, so I had to get it.
Yeah, you got it. Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah. Dude.
So Absolute Power is DC's prelude to their epic new event. It's gonna have obviously all the characters of DC involved. It's a whole crossover event. DC's Free Comic Book Day, I'm not as like happy. It's more of like what I thought of Free Comic Book Day, where it's a bunch of ads. It's mostly ads. It's a bullshit book. Like this is all fucking ads and bullshit. There's a little bit of there's comic in it, like it's comic book, but then like there's a huge chunk out of the middle that's just ads. But It's cool.
Yeah.
It's cool. I'll fuck with it. This one I'm really excited about. The Worlds of James Tinian the Fourth. So that's Something is Killing the Children. There's a girl in the middle right there. That huge indie comic author. If you're into indie comics, you know James Tinian 4. He's probably like, the fucking Stanley of indie or whatever, if that makes sense. It doesn't. But it's indie, so the art does always lack, but that's what I'm talking about right there. But it's looks like it's got 3, maybe 4 different stories in it. It's got this one as well, Wind. Oh wait, where is it? Is it called Wind?
Wind.
Yeah,
Number 4.
number 4.
Wind story 4.
Oh. And then Flash Gordon has got his own joint, number 0. They're trying to they're busting out the old Flash Gordon there. Oh, this is actually nicely done. Let me get some artwork in the face there. There you go. This is nice.
Yeah, I like Flash Gordon, man.
Yeah, classic sci-fi right there. But yeah,
for all you younger people out there, Flash Gordon was not from my time, but I like it. But I like it. I wasn't even born.
It was my dad. Yeah, it was my dad's time.
That was my dad's time, right? And my grandfather. Just all I can tell you is sometimes you got to go back to get something new, and don't be ashamed to do it.
Yeah, because this is actually, I mean, obviously it's a very modern take. The art's great, and it's not gonna feel. It doesn't feel super like old or anything. I mean, his outfit, his look is kind of dated, but I think that's on purpose. And again, you can't really say nothing because he's not from Earth. He's from Earth, but he's not on Earth. But yeah,
they kept the retro look. Yeah, they kept the retro look. Yeah,
which I like. I like that.
Which is indicative, right? That's Flash.
I want that. I want that.
Yeah, you can't. You can't do anything else with it. You can't because it would.
You wouldn't be Flash. These ones I just grabbed because I thought maybe, like I said, there's always first appearances and shit in these free comic book days. Sometimes shit we don't know about. This is Marvel Voices. It's you got Miles, you got America Chavez, you got Silk. It looks like maybe that's Araña. I'm not sure, but it's Spidey Nem. Cool voices. And then Valiant. I fucking love Valiant comics. I don't care if you don't, have not read Valiant comics. Really do yourself a favor. They are amazing books. Very fucking underrated. You got the dude Bloodshot, fucking Exo Manowar, Ninjak. I got a bunch of graphic novels and shit. Valiant's one of the first. Valiant is like, if you want to read comics and you're not just like looking to just collect for investment, like you really want to read good comics, that's, I think, Valiant. Yes, Hardwire, Hardcore, Solar. Yes, if you want to read fucking Valiant, or if you want to read comics, I think Valiant is one of the best ways to go. Very good. All right, that's it. That's all I got. Did you get anything, Stu, that I didn't get? Anything?
Let's see. I got I got Space Ghost.
Oh no, I'm talking about the free comics. Free comic book day.
Yeah, I got a free one. Everything was buy one get one free. Everything was buy one get one free at Weeds.
Oh.
Yeah. I got Space Ghost and I got a free one. So I'm gonna get this one tagged and slabbed, and I'm gonna read that one. Batman, the
Gargoyle of Gotham.
I had to buy this because I like Spider-Man 2099. That's my favorite Spider-Man.
And then
Spider-Man's symbiote, and then I got the Miss Minutes variant cover.
Miss Minutes cover, I like it.
You see my Duke. You see my Negative Blade. Let's see here. We got.
No, we saw that one. Oh, I saw that.
Yeah, you got Blood Hunt. We got Spider-Man. Let's see, just stop me if you haven't seen any idiot.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Keep going.
keep going. All right,
Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going.
we got Conan.
Keep going.
We got. I'm excited to read that.
Hell yeah. Keep going. Keep going.
Excited to read that.
Yep.
Excited to read that. That was a
Hell
stack for this year.
yeah.
He
This was
had
a
some.
great haul.
Yeah,
Like
this
this.
was. He had some. He had some other free comics. Like they were. He had a bunch of indie comics that were free, but it was just too many. Like he had a whole wall of just free comics that weren't included in the free comic book day stack, but he was giving them out free. I don't
Right.
know where he got them or what he was, but and then like even when you got up to the counter, they still had more free books that they were giving out. I was like, look, man, this is. I just wasn't interested in none of them, so I didn't pick them up, and I didn't want to
Yeah.
take them just to be taking them because they were free.
Yeah. A lot of the
Uh,
kids' books were like, eh. But no, I think we got the good ones. And then the ones that I bought. Raw Talk. What up, man? The
Ba,
ones.
ba, 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 ba.
It is the fourth.
What up?
Yes, sir.
what up?
Word
But yeah,
up.
dog, the ones that I bought that they got me with, they got. I had to. I was so happy to see Ultimate Universe. There's a second printing because I missed the first printing of that one. Iron Man, Invincible Iron Man number 18 with Magneto on the cover. I love Magneto and the Sentinels and shit. Iron Man is all involved in the current X-Men goings on, very, very heavily. Weapon X-Men number 3, loving this fucking series so far, dude. It's all about Wolverine, like the different variants of Wolverine, Old Man Logan, blah 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 blah, like 6 different fucking Wolverines, and they all are brought together by the Phoenix, and she's got them on a mission, and it's fucking dope. Space Ghost, yep, had to get it. Was super excited this was coming out. In fact, I can't even fucking wait. We got to look inside real quick. Space Ghost was like one of my childhood like favorite little characters and shit. And yeah, this is nice looking. This is really nice looking.
I remember back in 2006 they put out. I think it was DC put out a Space Ghost origin story,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
it was
yeah.
pretty dope.
It was pretty
I
dope.
don't know if I still have. I don't know if I still have those comics. I know I bought them. I don't know if I still have them. I think I might have even sold them.
Get
There's something with
Fury.
them. I gotta think right now.
I'm super
Get
dope. I
Fury
was so
dope.
hype about this. So Get Fury, this is the Punisher is sent in Vietnam during the Vietnam War to extract and kill Nick Fury because Nick Fury's been taken prisoner and Nick Fury has all the secrets and knows everything, and the American government does not want to let his fucking secrets get out, so they send in the Punisher to take him out. And man, it's a whole fucking story, a whole fucking comic series about that. Hella dope. Deadpool and Wolverine World War III. It's finally here.
I seen that. I wasn't able to get it though.
Ooh, it's finally here. I'm so fucking happy. I've been waiting a while for this. That's peak. Can't wait to crack it open. Cable number 4. Been reading Cable. If you haven't been reading
I like
Cable,
that cover's
yes,
sick.
that cover is super sick. Yes, sir.
That is a sick cover. Yeah, that is dope.
Yeah, techno-organic virus, morphing and shit. And then Blood Hunt number 1, the non-free comic book day version. I had already ordered it. I know they're gonna give a free one out. Sabretooth War number 8, Wolverine number 48. Been reading the Sabretooth War. That's like a Mr. Stretch. Remember that
Yeah, I
shit?
was going to say that
Stretch
stretch Armstrong. Yeah,
Stretch Armstrong,
that's
yeah.
dope.
Stretch on.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Ultimate Spider-Man number 4 just came out. Like I said, they're only on issue 4, man, and they've got a 5th printing of issue 1 already. So
Yeah.
it's dope. It is
crazy,
really,
bro.
really good. It's really
That is
good.
crazy.
Ooh, this is nice. I haven't even really looked at these yet. House of the Powers of Rise of the
What's
Powers
up?
of X. 10 rather.
What's that? What is that? X-Men what?
This is X-Men Rise of the Powers of 10. So you had, House of X and Powers of 10. Well, now you have Fall of the House of X and Rise of the Powers of 10 is the new mini series. This is number 4. Now this one I was just as excited about as Space Ghost, just as anticipating, and I'm so fucking happy. I love it. It's finally here. Dick Tracy. It looks super dope. That cover looks sick. It's an all black
Look at
cover.
his watch.
Yes,
Remember, back in the day before we had smartwatches, he had the first smartwatch.
the
Yep.
original. The
Yep.
original.
The original smartwatch.
Yes, sir. I'm on my way. That's what you say. I'm on my way. And it's yes, yes, yes. The yellow trench.
Mm.
I'm a Dick Tracy fan. Y'all are probably like, what the fuck is he talking about? Dick Tracy was hella dope. It came out when I was a kid, the movie, and I just like was into it, bro. As a little kid, I was buying the fucking action figures and everything. I was into all the characters, because I was big into like the mob and mafia shit, and then this shit was cool with the
Yeah.
crazy different gangsters and shit. Out, man, you couldn't tell me nothing. I was all about this shit. And then Duke, yep, we got Duke. Same one that you got, and you got the bat claw
Yeah.
on the cover, going after Duke. That's number 5. We got Black Panther number 3, Ultimate Black Panther number 3 is here.
Mhm.
This one so far, it's been a good comic, but I'm yet to really understand what's ultimate about it. Why it's not just normal Black Panther.
Mm.
Cause like every Ultimate has like something weird. Like the Spider-Man is
There's a
like he's
twist,
he's 30
yeah.
years old before he becomes Spider-Man. It's like everything is has a what if type of
I tried to
vibe to it.
I tried to read it. I tried to read it, Reno. I just couldn't. It was boring. I'm not even. I can't even sugarcoat it. It just was boring. I couldn't. It didn't. It just bored me. So I just
Mm.
stopped. I just left it where it was at. I just didn't even collect another one.
This was really
And Dick,
good.
oh, that's dope. And
This
Dick
was really
Tracy's
good.
been around for a long time. Dick Tracy's been around since the 30s. So
1930s, yeah. Yeah.
Same as
yeah. So
The original comic strip.
Flash
mhm,
Gordon. Same around that same time.
Yeah, Flash
yeah.
Gordon. Yeah. But this Ghost Rider Final Vengeance, it's great to have a Johnny Blaze story again. And I mean the first one was really good. So I'm really excited about this storyline so far. And the covers are dope.
Yeah.
Then, like I said, after you got Rise of the Powers of 10 and you got Fall of the House of X. That was number 4. This is number 4. So they're coming out
That's
together. And then
that's a super hot cover right there.
I like that shit. I like that shit a lot. And then this is going to, I think it's going to maybe um connect to the new movie or something, but it's Fantastic Four, and you can see it's like that classic sort of art style. Yeah, that noir art, and then yeah, it's black, white, and red.
Yeah. Gives off that Frank Miller vibe of the that what was that
Like Sin City and shit.
city, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I like it. I'm liking this. This is gonna be cool. Like I said, it's the Black, White, and Blood series, but it's not called Black, White, and anything. Not Black, White, and Red or nothing. It's just called Fantastic Four. So,
Mm.
and then last but definitely not least, the Coco number 4 with
Oh yeah,
I
yeah.
like that. Man.
Enforcer on the front.
Yeah.
I got the
I
other
can't find Cobra Commander number 4. But they said when I was at Waze, they said that I think Duke's like on his 3rd or 4th printing, and Cobra Commander is almost the same.
yeah.
Yeah, it's really good. But yeah, I feel you, Raw Talk. These are ones that I bought today, and
Mhm.
then the stack of free ones is at least that big. But this I was going to review tonight.
Okay. The first
It is,
night. Mm.
yeah,
Let's do it.
bro.
Let's get it popping.
This shit here, bro. Oh my god, it's the original Batman. So I mean, the very very first Batman card. Let me find a really good picture of him. I mean, with the purple gloves,
Yeah.
the big head, the big horns and shit.
Yeah, my comic shop was packed. So I was like, man, I'll get this tomorrow, all this stuff tomorrow. They were doing crazy numbers today. I was happy for them.
Yeah, Stu said he was in the line for like an hour.
Yeah, man, it was heavy. Yeah, my stack is crazy over here. I got the free stack, 50 cent stack, graphic novel. Oh, god damn, that's dope.
Yeah,
Graphic
that's what's
novel
up.
stack, all that stuff, man. I went crazy, man.
You went crazy.
Yeah. And
Mhm.
here go my space ghost.
You
Oh
got the same
shit!
one I got. You got the same one I got. That's the same one I got with the foil cover.
No, but
Yeah.
his ain't got his is a virgin though. It don't have the words or nothing
Oh,
on it.
you? Yeah, yeah. I wish I could have got a
That's
version.
sweet. Damn. Yeah, my shop don't ever have the shop I go to that I get this from. All they ever have is A covers. They do not
Oh,
have they don't do variants at the shop. I don't know. It's more of a card shop. They more fuck with like Magic and Pokemon and shit like that, and models and Dungeons and Dragons and shit. That's mainly what they're about. And then they have a new comic stand, and they have some back issues. But if you want to order books, you're getting the A covers unless you special order them and shit. But yeah, you ain't gonna walk in there and find no variants of nothing ever.
yeah. I
It
tried
sucks.
everything.
It sucks. But yeah, this the art in this one, in this series is great. And like I said, this is back in the day. This is first night. It says the year is 1939. The world, still reeling from the horrors of the First World War, is on the brink of tipping into an even more gruesome conflict as fascism is on the march and gathering strength in America's darkest corners. Against this backdrop, a series of violent murders has begun in Gotham, and the recent emergence of the mysterious vigilante known as the Batman has the power brokers of the city living in fear of institutional collapse. All of the evidence in the murder investigation defies logic. The perpetrators are all men who died in the electric chair, but when the Batman comes face to face with one of these sickening anomalies, he barely escapes with his life, throwing into question his ability to survive in a world that is brutally evolving around him. Wow. Yeah, man. Um, hella dope. What happened to Raw Talk? Oh, let me.
Oh no, it's just he was here, and then he just
No, I think
boom.
he's here. It just
Oh, you
there.
think he just?
He just turned his
Yeah,
camera off.
family stuff in the
Shit.
house, man, and everybody's, oh, what we gonna eat? Ordering pizza, this, that. I'm like, yo, I don't eat none of that stuff. Y'all do what y'all do.
Word. Word. But yeah, so y'all want to jump into Star Wars? You want to do this? You want to talk
Hold
about
on.
Batman?
Did y'all did all the free comic books? Did y'all do all of them?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Because I have a whole bunch.
Yeah.
I
It's a
went
stack. It's
stupid,
a stack.
man. I got the Pokemon. I got the Spidey Amazing Friends joint.
Yeah. The Pokemon I had for a while, and I ended up putting it down. I didn't pick it up, but that's the only one I put back. But and then
Turtles.
the other kid, the Turtles one. Yep.
Yeah, man.
But
Star.
yeah, this
Yeah, man.
the Batman shit. Oh, hold on. Let me take a poll. Y'all want to do Batman or Star Wars right now? You want to jump in this, get this Batman out the way, and then go Star Wars
Oh,
or
you
what?
already said let's do Batman first because we gonna run through Batman.
Yeah, and
So
then we
might as well
got
knock that out
hella
first. There's a lot to talk about with Star Wars.
Yeah,
so much.
crazy, man. This is crazy.
So this shit right here, this is not your grandpa's Batman story. But it does take place in your grandpa's era. It serves as a retelling of early Batman adventures, and if you didn't notice beforehand, the first few pages do their best to show you newspaper clippings, dealing with current events leading up to World War II, an open monologue detailing the Great Depression's effect on Gotham City, and he's definitely a period piece. It definitely takes place, in its era, and our story begins, as all good ones do, in a spaghetti house, in a restaurant, pasta. Commissioner Gordon is investigating the murder of Councilman Vincent Hodges, and right from the beginning, we can see how the artwork definitely, complements the plot. It's definitely not just the design, or not just the locations, but the style of art, the painty style. It gives you that old school vibe. And I've never read anything illustrated by Mike Perkins before, and when I saw the previews, I was not a fan. But after reading it, I really forget why I was not a fan. But there is definitely no artist more suited for this task, for this book. And it does harken back to old school noir and hard boiled detective stories. And the art, visualizing the grimness and griminess and dirt of the and the dialogue shows us. And the red light city casts the shadows in the alleys and the textures and you know it like the way that the light just falls on like a dead body with like the blood surrounding it in the shadow and just really just textured darkness. And I can practically feel the smoky room and hear the jazz playing in the background. I mean, it really 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 like hits that vibe, and it really really makes you feel it. It makes you really feel like you're Batman. But I can't give all the credit to the inks. Spicer's use of color is definitely equally amazing. Be it the bright reds of the red lights in the city, or the orange headlights clawing their way out of the darkness. But the comic definitely carries a distinct visual identity that stuck with me the entire time. You know what I'm saying. It immerses you into that world. And reading this feels like watching a movie, right? It's like you're in a noir film, and in the best way possible. And on the subject of color, let me talk about my favorite thing. The purple gloves are back. The old school suit. It's very cool, very nostalgic. And after the commissioner is dropped back to the station by his young socialite friend Bruce Wayne, the young man dons these gloves and reveals himself to be the Batman. And I love Bill Finger's original Batman design. The curved ears, it looks like Wolverine. The larger utility belt, the purple gloves it's very iconic. And Perkins seems to realize this, and instead of changing it, leans into it more and really like accentuates everything. And we can see the wire in the cape, the steel soles on his boots, and the curvy ears don't look ridiculous, but they're really there, really big. And it's definitely one of the cooler suits that is very underrated. And you know, I think the Batman's investigation leads him to the mayor's mansion, where he encounters the monster men. I'm not going to spoil like more of the story, but I can tell you, what it does best. It only really takes from the first 2 or so years of Batman's career. It's really year one, year two, like that. And it isn't afraid to omit certain characters or details that we've gotten used to, later in Batman's history. And it isn't afraid to go there, like and really just do something different and less known. Now, it does work very well at like remixing the characters that we do know, and it already has. And of course, Jim Gordon, the Monster Men, the appearance of certain Julie Madison, all feel very fresh, even if they're not the original characters. But more importantly, Batman goes back to his roots and actually does some detective work. He's a real detective in this. It gives you that vibe of like the Batman, the movie, where he's really, being a detective in his career. And this is not to say, that the book is, flawless. Obviously, there's the detective elements are great, but the pacing sometimes lets them down. The book's format doesn't give an awful lot of time to breathe. While it doesn't really bother me, but it's you can see it's like magazine size. It's and it did sometimes feel like it had I don't know, just like I don't know, but it's it's nice to have the nice big full spread pages and stuff like that. The dialogue can also feel a bit heavy handed, often sort of reiterating things that we've already seen or heard in the same book. And I really noticed this during Batman's conversation with the rabbi about the current state of Gotham and the world. As Bruce had a very similar talk with Gordon earlier in the book, and the conversation does give us a good look into the psyche of a scared Gotham resident. he's just not, he's not just afraid of like criminals, but of the rise of fascism and other white supremacist ideologies, while still, also proving some human connection for Batman. I just wish that the conversation was a bit more implicit and didn't reiterate what we already knew. It seems a bit redundant, but yeah, I mean, if you like period pieces, if you want an early Batman, early in his career story, if seeing the purple gloves and the OG suit fills you with joy as they should, then I recommend it. But overall, this one definitely pleasantly surprised me, as I'm a bit wary of black label books. They often look really cool, and sometimes they're just boring as shit. But I do find stories, often use the label as an excuse to focus too much on being violent and mature rather than being good. And First Night manages to balance the two very well, whilst also managing to do what many runs have failed to do recently. It has a story with an inexperienced Batman that is enjoyable to read. I strongly recommend this book if you're a fan of these things. It has great art and a promising plot. This is only issue 2. I'm excited to read the next issue though, and see where it takes us. So yeah, that's a hella dope. That's a hella dope. Now, may the 4th be with you. See ya. But yeah, man. Yes. Have you guys seen the Tales of the fucking Empire?
Yes, I have.
Nah, I'm gonna settle down tonight and watch it with the boys.
Well, I'm about to spoil it for you.
Oh, it's no problem.
But but yeah, it's I want to watch the my boy Star Wars Theory. Shout out to Star Wars Theory. He's a YouTuber. It's a YouTube channel, Star Wars Theory, and he's like 3, 4, 5 million views on his videos. Like he's got millions of subscribers. He's one of the biggest. I think he's the biggest Star Wars channel out there. But he it's amazing. I watched this show and I like broke it down, like totally gave my like review, like told my son we were watching. I was like everything I said, and I watched his video and he basically fucking repeated everything I said. It was really crazy. So I want to like check out his interview. It's like an 8-minute, not interview, but his little rant. It's like an 8-minute video. So we'll check that out. But before I sort of tell you what I don't like about it, I will sort of break it down. On the surface, and this is like a second season of the Tales of franchise. There's Tales of the Jedi, which was, like I said earlier, one of my favorite Star Wars projects since Rogue One, by far. Like it's way up there. I fucking loved it, and because it gave us like backstory and prequel to like a young Qui-Gon Jinn, or how Dooku came to power, like shit like that. These characters that we really care about and really want to know about and have interest in their history.
Yeah.
That's why that show was great. This show decides to talk about characters that we either don't know or don't care about, or haven't been wondering about at the very least, haven't been pondering endlessly what were they like and what happened in their history, like a character like Qui-Gon would, or Dooku would, but with these characters, it didn't have that aspect, which hurt it, in my opinion, a lot. Like just made it just okay. It's just a cool animated thing. Like Tales of the Jedi was fucking epic. Like that shit was, like I said, meant a lot. This is just good animated Star Wars. And on the surface, Tales of the Empire does everything right. It has painterly animation, very, good music that, adds very well to the action sequences and the storylines that weave together with the new chapters and the lives of the 2 characters from Star Wars history. Star Wars history, I use it loosely, but What it lacks, like I said, are the names as big as those at the center of its predecessor, the Tales of the Jedi, where the series had stories that felt precisely crafted to flesh out previously unseen moments in the lives of Ahsoka Tano, Count Dooku, Qui-Gon Jinn. But this latest one, it doesn't really do the same for the notable yet less well known the likes of the Mandalorians, Morgan Elsbeth, and the Clone Wars Barriss Offee. These are the two characters that they chose to make the show about. Tales of the Empire aims to shift the perspective of Star Wars animation to the dark side, right? That's kind of their goal here, when you say. And I think taking a look at how Morgan Elsbeth and Barriss Offee fell to its power, to the dark side and shit like that. But the series definitely serves as an origin story for Morgan Elsbeth and an epilogue for Barriss Offee. Albeit not the epilogue I would have considered or expected for Barriss, because she was a hardcore fucking, like, she was a bad guy. Like, she was trying to like bomb the Jedi Temple and shit like that. And the I don't know. It's like attempting to take a closer look at the fall into and a redemption from fear, anger, and hate, and the dark side. But it often, I think, struggles to really do that, and for either of its protagonists. Morgan's are definitely the more disappointing of the 6 episodes, granting the audience a surface level look at how she got to where we met her in The Mandalorian. And I think promising something more. The 3 episodes that follow Morgan are the titled The Path of Fear, The Path of Anger, and The Path of Hate, which any longtime Star Wars fan would know as the steps towards the dark side of the Force, right? Fear leads to anger, anger leads to hate, blah, 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 blah. And the first in this trilogy does the best job of tracing Morgan's undoing, highlighting what frightens her and how that leads her to anger. And the subsequent episodes, I think, feel less concerned with how anger leads to hate, and don't forget the suffering, but it does instead focus on the more superficial aspects of her life, and that lead to her eventual antagonistic role in the Ahsoka series. Because remember, she's from the Ahsoka show, and like, I was expecting some backstory to that, but inner look at Elsbeth's psyche is ditched in favor of the retroactive setup for the whole other show. And Tales of the Empire does find a lot more success in the Barriss storyline, I think, taking her down the path tailor-made for the character. The Padawan's fate was somewhat left ambiguous at the end of Clone Wars, and stories of the Inquisitors have been told in various forms and avenues since then. But being a former Jedi disillusioned of the Order's ways, Barriss makes an obvious candidate for the League of Jedi killing assassins known as the Inquisitors, as Vader's Inquisitors. But the problem is that it might be too obvious of a story, I think, to tell. Moving along without any surprises and with a pace that makes things feel rushed. I think with brief with the brief episode length. I mean, they're like 11 minutes long, some of them. The episodes were 11 to 15 minutes each episode, which the original show, they were about 20 minutes average. And there wasn't much time for her to sit with her cognitive dissonance, so we don't see a lot of what makes her decision. It feels very abrupt. It really doesn't. We don't understand why all of a sudden she's all fucking, flowers and cinnamon and fucking spice, right? Everything's all peachy keen all of a sudden. And we don't really see why or what turns her a while. All of a sudden, she's not going down the path she was going down. But the final episodes do focus on character. However, it is able to solidify Barris's arc into something more satisfying as a whole, and does succeed at giving her a conclusion, although not quite a really dope one in mind. But Corey said, I'm down in Suffolk, VA, watching the show. Oh, word, you right here down the road then. Yeah, you around the corner then. Shit, I drove through Suffolk today. But yeah, so you probably know the comic shop I go to is the Atlantis in Chesapeake. But yeah, the series creator and Lucasfilm honcho Dave Filoni is has always been good at giving us Star Wars content that is new and fresh with new characters and shit like that. I mean, that's pretty much been our source for new Star Wars shit. Is Filoni, is Lucas and Filoni. Anything else that came from Disney, Ray and all these other characters, I think are trash. I think that they should stick to Dave. But he's just as much of a fan of those characters as any of the best Wikipedia contributors, and has made sure that Tales of the Empire will have that sort of Star Wars diehard fan yelling at the TV like Leonardo DiCaprio in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and that might be enough. But it's not to say that kind of stuff isn't worth talking about. It's one of my favorite parts of the Star Wars universe. But with Tales of the Jedi, we got all of that on top of deep meditative stories about two fan favorites, two mega big characters that really we didn't get a lot of time with, but wanted to know more about. And that's what made that show epic. Everything else about the show is fine. That one core piece, that item, that thing missing makes it go from, oh my God, this is like fucking amazing, to, oh, this is just a decent show. Like, this is a good show. Yeah. And Tales of the Empire does attempt to sort of do the same thing with Morgan Elsbeth and Barriss Offee, but it's like, Morgan Elsbeth and Barriss Offee, who, what, why? It's cool, but like, who cares? But with so little of their stories being previously told, them not really being in shit before this, and not a lot of other mediums, the episodes had a lot of heavy lifting to do in only 11 minutes. Like, you're not giving yourself enough time to tell shit about these characters that we don't fucking know or care about. It's like I say all the time, you got to care about the characters to care about the fucking story. And they end up feeling like they're checking boxes instead of being introspective into character studies, and which is what the original show was about. But I think the Tales of series is a great place for its creators and audiences alike to explore Star Wars characters who don't always get to be center stage, but I think they need to stick to telling backstories about characters that we've always wondered about. Tales of the Empire does succeed in many ways at telling more intimate stories than Morgan Elsbeth and Barriss Offee would ever get on The Mandalorian or Clone Wars or Ahsoka. But these 6 episodes do get bogged down by exposition, losing some of what made the original series special, in my opinion. But Morgan and Barriss deserve their time in the limelight, sure, but mostly their surface level journeys to and from the dark side might not be enough to serve a wider audience. But like I said, it's a good show. It's not amazing. It's not amazing, but yeah, it definitely needs to be longer. I agree, Slade. Stu.
What's up?
Stu Door, what do you think, man? And then we'll see what Star Wars Theory thinks.
I agree with Slade. It was fun to watch. But it just wasn't long enough. Like, it
Yeah,
seemed like right when it was getting good, it was over. Like, you're like, all right, like damn, you gonna give me all this and now it's done. Like
yeah,
you said, it seems more like they checking boxes than giving us an original good story that we can like when you watch Star Wars, there's a lot of questions. Like people have a lot of questions, and then you hear the characters talk about a lot of things that you would like to see.
Yeah.
Um, you would
Yeah.
think that Disney would do these things. Would say, all right, well, let's do like an Empire when Han Solo was talking about them getting chased by bounty hunters. You would
Yeah.
think Disney would have did that instead of put out the Solo movie, but they put out the Solo movie. Nobody wants to see Solo when he was young because we never saw him when he was young. We
Mm.
know Solo from that joined the resistance and fought the Empire, got chased by bounty hunters and things like that. Maybe a
Mm.
smuggler,
Maybe he did the
but
Kessel
we
Run.
don't. Yeah, we don't. But we don't want to see him when he was young. And I got the Millennium Falcon and all this other stuff. And it just makes no sense for us. It's all right, but that's not what we asked for. Dash Rendar. Never got anything from Dash Rendar. Shadows of the Empire. These are
Yeah,
things that
video
people
game
want to
character.
see.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are things that people want to see. Star Killer could have gave us something dope on Star Killer.
Yeah,
So,
Things we want to
trying to
see.
kill his character. Yeah. They want to
Mm.
kill his
If you,
character.
yeah, you could have gave us a whole with these Tales of the Empire. You could have gave us a whole section on how the Emperor found um Darth Maul, trained him, and brought him up.
Yeah.
Never
Yeah,
got
that would
that.
be
Never
that would have
got
been
that.
good. Yeah.
Mhm.
Or like
Never got that.
or fucking Palpatine when he was the apprentice to Darth Plagueis. We show some young
To Darth
Plagueis
Plagueis.
as his apprentice
Right. That
Palpatine
would have
doing
been
shit.
right.
Oh,
That's dope. We don't
that would
get
be
that. We
epic.
get
You get Barriss
we
Ophiel
keep
and all
getting
them.
Count Dooku. Right. We
Now,
keep getting
the
Count
Dooku
Dooku.
and Qui-Gon, that was great. That was great. Those characters are fucking cool. Like I care about those characters. I want to know about them. I would like the next
No,
show
no,
to be Tales of the
I don't have
Sith.
nothing. Yeah. No, I don't have nothing against them two characters. I'm just saying like it's gonna be to a point where they're gonna run it in the hole. And people just don't
Yeah.
gonna care about them anymore.
Yeah.
But as far as Tales of the Empire, I thought it was good. It was okay. It's watchable. I mean, I felt like I got something out of my Disney Plus this year that made me say, all right, for my money, I'm okay.
Yeah.
But Disney's got to do better with Star Wars. They just got to do better. I mean, this is okay. It needs to be longer. And it's just they just got to do a lot more. They got to stop feminizing it. Star Wars is for the boys.
Yeah.
When you go back right now, every major character or every character of influence or power in Star Wars is a female. Every last one. It's just how it is right now, and the boys aren't interested in Star Wars anymore, and that's why Star Wars is failing. You're trying to bring too many females into it. Not saying we don't want them. Not saying we don't need them. I'm just saying that you leave nothing for the boys to desire with Star Wars. I mean,
Hmm.
when you're a kid and you want to play Star Wars, you want to be Yoda, you want to be Luke, you want to be Qui-Gon, you want to be Count Dooku. You don't want to
Right.
be Rey.
Right.
A little boy doesn't want to be Rey. A little boy doesn't want to be Ventress. A little boy doesn't want to be Omega. He wants to be one of the, he wants to be one of the male characters.
Omega.
Yeah, and you give the boys nothing. So
Yeah.
if Disney, you out there listening, get the boys Star Wars back. I mean, you can do, you got your Princess and the Frog and all that with Disney, but get the boys back Star Wars because that's what it's for.
Yeah.
That's a strong take. That's a strong take.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to
Like this.
watch intently and then I give my little.
Think about because Warina, you've seen it. Look, how many female characters was in this Tales of the Empire?
Oh yeah, well I mean both of the main characters were female, and it's like I said, like Ahsoka was great. Like it's cool to have female leads if the stories are good and shit. Like I don't mind it. But when every single character is a female, except for like two characters that are male, and they're made up to be buffoons and assholes and idiots, that's just not appealing. So yeah, you're right. You're right. For guys, that's not going to be appealing.
Right. It's like I said, Star Wars is for the boys. It's always been for the boys. It's always been for the guys. I mean, you might have some females that like Star Wars. They think sci-fi is cool. They like that type of sci-fi.
Right.
That's okay. That's good. But your core audience is going to be 90% male, and you have to cater to that audience if you want it to succeed. And it seems like in every Star, if you go back, those last three Star Wars movies, Rey is and then they came out with Ahsoka, and then they came out with all the Tales of the Empire. That's all female. Solo. The end of the movie, the female beat up the most powerful male villain character in the movie, took over his spot, and went back to join Darth Maul. Um,
Yeah, I didn't think about that. And
and
then
then
Rogue
and then
One
you
is a
think about
female character.
remember a female character, and then remember the guy the entity with the mask that was chasing him the whole time, trying to take the fuel from him, takes off the helmet at the end. It's a female. You're like, damn.
Right.
And she was a badass and more badass than the males.
Yeah,
Right.
Empress Nest. I
I mean,
really like that character, bro. I even have the figure with the mask and the swoop bike because with her helmet on, it looks cool.
it was cool. Take the helmet off. It's a female. I mean, we can go down to every Star Wars thing that's been introduced since Disney Plus came out. When they came out with Obi-Wan, who did they focus on? A tiny Princess Leia and Revan. Nobody wanted to see Revan. We wanted to see Obi-Wan versus
Reva.
Darth Vader. We wanted to see Obi-Wan outsmart Darth Vader. I mean,
Oh, you
the
know
fight
what's
scene where
funny? You know what's funny, Stu? We're gonna watch the Acolyte official Acolyte trailer. Just came out today, and
Mhm.
at the beginning it says the same studio that brought you The Mandalorian, The Acolyte, Ahsoka, but they don't fucking say a Kenobi because that shit was trash, and they fucking admit it. And they didn't say none of the trash shit. They said the 3 shows that we love.
Yeah.
How you gonna advertise the Acolyte talking about The Mandalorian, Ahsoka, and fucking Andor, dog?
Right.
When you know it's more akin to Kenobi and the Reva show. But whatever, man. It's all good. I mean, we'll see. I know it's gonna
we
bomb.
Yeah,
Ahsoka we love.
as a female character because it was about Ahsoka. Like that's
It's a
the
dope show.
other thing. It was about her. You can't give me a Solo movie and then make Solo kind of like a backseat to the characters that were more powerful than he was in the movie. Like that made no
So,
sense. So
let's ask-
Solo's supposed to be this fast talking, swashbuckling scoundrel of a smuggler with a duty and a sense of honor. Like that's how Solo is.
Instead, we got a
but-
neurotic fucking goofy ass kid that was nothing like Han Solo, was nothing like Harrison Ford. I mean,
Nah,
you
he's
should've
supposed to
just
be
picked someone
smooth.
yeah, pick
He's
someone
supposed to be a lady, just as much of a ladies' man as Billy D was. And I mean Orlando. I mean, come on, Lando had the capes, and Solo had the swag. That's just what it was. It's just
But to be fair to that point, this was the beginning of Solo. Maybe he had to work himself through the years to get to where he's at, where he's suave and cool.
But it wasn't that much younger. It wasn't that many years. It was only like four years before we met him, like 4 or 5 years before we met him in fucking New Hope. Yeah. He was still, and he was talking about the Kessel Run and all. He was a smuggler. It wasn't like him as a teen or anything.
Okay, yeah.
But
yeah, it was him as a smuggler, right? You could, if you want to do the smuggler, we got to show how he built his relationship with Jabba. And
I really
like that, like
the Solo movie was
I
actually
wanted to see more of him and Jabba.
Jabba and
because he worked for Jabba for a long time.
Yeah,
Like we should have
and
saw
Lando.
that. You know,
Lando was cool in that movie. I liked the movie. I just didn't like the character, Han Solo character, the actor. I didn't like how the actor played him.
A lot of
I
people
just
say
didn't
that.
like how
Yeah, a lot of
he
people say
played
that.
I didn't have a problem with the actor, so to speak. I mean, there were certain points in that Solo movie where he did give off a little bit of that Harrison Ford charm, that little smirk he does. You know,
I would have, yeah. But you know how Harrison is more like nonchalant and dismissive. Like, all right, kid.
Yeah,
none of that.
Yeah, like
Where was that cool guy where he's like, listen, kid, fucking relax. Like, where's that guy?
Yeah.
But but I get it. I mean, and yeah, you're right. I mean, it did have its merits. I mean, but
Yeah, maybe after the Kessler run, that's where he really said, "Yo, fuck it." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a breeze after this. Like, nah, you know, he takes that attitude point of view. You know, he's like,
Yeah.
I did that, and that was like big shit to him. You know what I mean? Like, or to the galaxy, like that's something like some accolade, some famous accolade. Yeah, yeah. You know, I did the Kessler run, man. You know, what else you want from me, man? You know. You know what I'm saying? I was moving, smuggling stuff like that, back up off me type deal. Whereas before that, he was like, oh, looking for that big score. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
could be.
But like I said, Star Wars is for the boys. I mean, you got to give it back to the boys. Acolyte's cool. I ain't got nothing bad to say about it. The only thing my only gripe with it is I just wish it was longer. I wish it was
And
a
to
little
be
longer,
fair,
like Slade said.
you're not saying that it can't be for girls can't like Star Wars. You're just saying that
Right. I'm just saying Star Wars is for the boys.
it's like a guy thing. It's like you had Barbie, you had what Rainbow Bright, fucking Strawberry Shortcake,
Jim, then the
all those
holograms.
Gem,
Yeah,
all the
all that.
girls, and the guys had
Care Bears,
Transformers and
right.
GI
Yeah.
Joe and Star
God,
Wars.
we had Transformers, G.I. Joe, and Star Wars.
I'm sure
But
there
we
was a
ain't got
lot of
Star Wars
guys
no
who
more.
watched Strawberry Shortcake, but I'm sure there was guys who watched Starbright, but
Right.
you know,
It's always gonna be 90-10. It's always gonna be 90-10. It's always going. You got to just assume. You got to assume it's always gonna be 90-10. It's always gonna be 90-10, 90-10, 90-10. So
yeah, I used to watch
you got
all those like Care Bears and stuff, but I was in waiting for the shows that I really want to watch.
right? Yeah. Me, I had a little sister, so that's how I know all those shits because I had to sit there and watch. And then my mom and dad, they
watch
go
it.
rent a video. You gotta let your little sister rent a video. We had to sit through fucking Pippi Longstocking or whatever before I could put on, whatever movie. So I ended up seeing a lot of that shit. But
I watched all that stuff with my little sisters too, man. Gem, Rainbow Bright. My sister's like, what was the one they used to love? They used to love Gem. They used to love Gem.
Was crazy.
They used to love and for some reason they used to love watching Glow. Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling. They love that. I don't know why.
oh wow,
My sisters love watching that shit.
Yeah,
Hollywood and Vine. My sisters love watching that, and they love watching Strawberry Shortcake. Oh, I know what it was. What's the My Little Pony? They love My Little Pony. They was big on that too. And Barbie.
Monchi
cheese. Monchi cheese was kind of neutral, like Shirt Tails. Shirt Tails could go either way.
Snort.
Snorks. Yeah, they could go either way. Yeah, they could go either way. Smurfs.
It was kind of whack, man, because they bit off the
Smurfs.
I'm like, come on, man.
They were like Smurfs underwater and shit.
Yeah. I was like, man, come on.
That's funny.
Yeah. Because Snorkels was like a mix between Smurfs and Fraggle Rock to me. Like it was like a mix between them two. Fraggle Rock was another one we could watch. Both sexes could watch.
Yeah.
The only thing with Fraggle Rock, you can only watch at least 15 minutes before the bus came for school type deal, because they was on HBO, remember? And it came on the odd hour. I'm like, man,
it came at an odd time. Yeah, it came on late at night, and then it came on like early in the morning. Yeah, because Fraggle Rock I think was supposed to be more of a older like teenager type thing or adolescent. It wasn't for like if you were younger, like he's about 8, 7 or something like that.
Yeah.
Because they had Uncle Traveling Matt and all that, and he was out writing letters back, and he was all experiencing all these things in the real world.
So what do y'all think? I mean, have y'all seen the new Acolyte trailer that came out a little bit ago?
I seen it popped up on my Google feed, but I said I know we're gonna watch this today on the 4th. May the 4th.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
But then I hit click, and then I watched it, and then I was like, damn, I can't wait to show it on the show. So I had to I couldn't resist it.
Quite frankly, I mean, you gonna drop it? All right.
Oh yeah, we're gonna bust it. Why? What are you gonna say?
I was gonna say, I'm still enamored by the X-Men '97, but we leave that for Monday.
Oh yeah, we go definitely chop that up
Monday.
But yeah, this is so this is here's the thing, like the reason that the Acolyte is such a big hot button topic for me is because the Acolyte, when it was first mentioned by name, I knew was going to be my favorite Star Wars project ever, because this was going to be about a Sith acolyte. It was going to be a Sith show. And reading all the Sith novels and video games and shit, knowing all about the acolytes and stuff like that. It was just, like finally, and then to find out what it is was just, it's devastating. It's fucking devastating. Uh, it ends up being, bro, watch some of the interviews with the Leslie Headland and the cast. Oh my god, it's so cringe, dude. And I mean, man. But anyway, let's. I digress. Let's see what we got. We'll chop it up. We'll try to watch it here a little bit. Hopefully, we won't get crapped on.
You do it in high speed if you want.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Let me change this playback speed a little bit. But anyway, you can check it out on the Star Wars official site, and yeah, we'll run it a little bit fast. From the studio that brought you Mandalorian, from the studio that brought you Andor, from the studio that brought you Ahsoka, and I just know they're gonna say fucking Kenobi next. Nope.
Oh shit!
Look at the shitty costumes. All right. Now, when we compare the backgrounds in this, watch the backgrounds in the trailer. Like the sets and everything are really nice. Like whoever did the backgrounds and everything are great. The costumes look like Halloween. They look cheap as fuck. There's no layers. The cloth, the material looks thin. Like they just look like shit. Contemporary hairstyles. You got the Killmonger fucking dreads, bro. Like what? This is Star Wars. This is a galaxy far, far away, a long time ago, and it has a set look. Did you notice how in the prequels they all had like 70s hairstyles because of the way the originals looked? That's what they stuck with. That's the era look. And then, so they kind of lost there. But yeah, we got some Carrie Ann Moss. Yeah, Trinity.
One woman.
That's Carrie Ann Moss. That's two women.
One woman.
That's
two
two.
women fighting each other. Yeah. There we go. It's two women.
Not forgetting the girls in the beginning.
Yeah. The girls in the beginning. And this guy here on the right with the Killmonger dreads, token black guy, like typical fucking. Oh man, I'm
Did
fucking.
that dude that played Jar Jar Binks?
I don't know. That would be interesting. I don't think so though. I don't think so. He's a little young.
Yeah.
But like I said, the sets look good. The backgrounds look good, but look at that. The hairstyles are just contemporary, man. Look at this guy. He got he got cut down the road today.
Yeah, he does look like
a
rock band member.
Like yeah, or like a K-pop artist.
Yeah. Oh wow. Okay. I mean, the choreography looks sick.
Yeah, I guess they're gonna try and do like the Force martial arts, which is something that hasn't been done before Rogue One. In Rogue One, they did it with Donnie Yen came in and line. Yeah, the Keeper of the Wills. He was not a Jedi in any way. Never was trained by a Jedi. He was never a Jedi. He's the Keeper of the Wills. He's a different sect, and I like the idea because like in a world where in a universe where the Force exists, there's gonna be more than one culture. Yeah. Uses it. It's not going to be just fucking the Jedi or the Sith. Like,
it's going to manifest differently. Yeah.
Yeah, like
if you were watching
use chi.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you were watching Bad Batch,
karate, kung fu, they all use chi.
Yeah, they all use chi. If you were watching Bad Batch, when Ahsoka came to train, what's her name? The little girl. She told her like, look, everybody has midichlorians, and everybody can use the Force. But some people are just stronger with it than the others, and they use it in different ways. But she said you have to be able to access it, and then you can use it. and some people just don't. You might not have enough metachlorians to do like to move a bookshelf. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like you might not, or you might do. So it all depends on how you use it and how many you have. But you said everybody can wield it and everybody has it in that universe. It's
Dude,
just some people are just more stronger than the others.
does that look
Now, what
cheap?
ship is that?
How cheap does that ship look? What the
Mhm.
fuck?
Yeah, that
Did that shit look like some graphics off of damn?
yeah,
That's pretty shit.
PlayStation 2.
Yeah. Hold on. Did I see eyelids peeking through face paint? Yes, sir. Oh my god. Here we go. Halloween status face paint. Let me see if I can get it frozen on it. There we go. Look at that, guys. Wow. Now that's a fucking top-notch special effects right there, guys. It's face paint. Dude, you can see the pink of her eyes, of her skin. Oh my god. And her lips. It's fucking Halloween.
Don't worry, they're gonna
Is that a
take
dance?
all that out. Thank you. They're gonna take all that out with CGI. That's gonna get CGI'd out.
Wishful thinking.
Yeah. We wish. On my birthday, by the way, June 4th.
All
Now
right.
this is cool. This is really cool. I like this. Look at this scene here with the asteroid belt. Like I've never seen that in Star Wars. This where they're like going between two sheets of like asteroids. That's pretty
they're
cool.
on the. That means they're on the. You know how you had the rings around the planets?
Right.
That's what it looks like.
Between-
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
rings.
Those are the. Those. Yeah, those are the. No one is safe from the truth, and no
Oh my
one
god.
can
So
escape
cringe,
the Matrix. No one can escape the Matrix.
right?
There's a ton of females in this.
Oh, it's an all
Yeah,
female
it's all,
show.
yeah, bro. Look,
That's
I
well
said it.
yeah.
That's why no one is safe.
Yeah, right. I mean, yeah, it's an all women show. That's
Okay.
and that's fine if it was gonna stick to Star Wars lore. They're not even like working within the fucking realm of the laws of Star Wars. They break too many rules. It's a travesty, man. And then you see all the different lightsabers together, the yellow, the green, the blue, they're all wielding.
Yeah.
In their show, they think that the Jedi get to pick what color they like best. That's why they don't realize that sabers that colors have a meaning. There's a reason why they have this color or this. Like yellow is a consular, green is a you know what I'm saying? Like there's a different.
Yeah.
And so they literally said that in this show, like they picked their favorite color and shit. Like
Yoda's was green and so was Luke's.
Yeah.
You know. And
But
then,
I'll tell you,
he changed to blue. It's like it depends on the level of power you wield with the Force as well. Because look at Qui-Gon's, and then you look at
it has to do
Samuel's character. Oh shit, keep forgetting this shit.
Mace Windu.
His was purple. His was like a purple.
All right, so look,
his was purple for a reason.
He was the wielder of both sides of the Force.
Check it out.
Check it out. Dark side and you know what I mean?
Well,
he can.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it means he masters the whole Force. Well, here, check it out. So, blue and green lightsabers typically used by Jedi, symbolizing peace and diplomacy. Red lightsabers associated with Sith representing power and aggression. Purple lightsabers indicate mastery and control over the Force, used by both light and dark side users. Yellow lightsabers used by Jedi Sentinels, emphasizing balance between combat and diplomacy. Other colors, rare and often unique, specific colors reflecting their individual personalities and beliefs. But yeah, there's a whole chart and everything. Like they have
I was getting ready to say too, like if they like Ahsoka's a white now, hers are white.
Yeah,
that's for a reason.
The God version of the saber. Like
there's a reason.
Yeah.
Now this is a better. See, I was gonna say I didn't really that thing I was just reading. Disregard that. Who wrote this? This is some ass. This is some shit probably written by the Acolyte people, reflecting their personalities. No, well, it's a generalized fucking thing. This is a much better one because it has their actual names, and this is what I was referring to when I said consulars. So blue is Jedi Guardians. Notable users: Obi-Wan, Anakin, Rey, Cal Kestis, Kanan Jarrus. Green is the Philosopher's Blade by Jedi Consulars: Qui-Gon Jinn, Yoda, Luke, Sabine Wren, Ezra, Ahsoka. Red obviously is the color of the Sith. We know that. Purple is balance. Association is very rare. It's pretty much only Mace Windu, Jaina Solo from Legends, and Darth Revan from Legends. So the only person in canon that ever used purple was Mace.
Yeah.
Yellow is the color for, what does it say? Jedi Sentinels, right? Rey has one. Jedi Temple Guards and Asajj Ventress. Orange. This one's new.
Orange,
Balin
Orange is
Skull and
new.
Shin Hati. They're the This says neither Jedi nor Sith. They're like gray Jedi. They're the Jedi that are not Jedi or Sith. They're actually just Force users that probably used to be Jedi. They no longer believe in the Jedi's ways, but they're not totally evil, so they're not going full Sith. They're just neutral. They're balanced.
They take advantage of the situation which suits them.
Yep.
So if they have to go by any means by dealing with the Sith to get the just outcome they want, they'll deal with the Sith. And just like with the Jedi, if they deal with the Jedi, it's for a certain reason to their advantage. So that's
and then you got the white ones Ahsoka has, which are balanced, purified crystal, kyber crystal. Ahsoka has. I love the white. Black is the dark saber, the true ruler of Mandalore. It's very unique. Only Din Djarin, Darth Maul, Moff Gideon, Pre Vizsla, and Sabine Wren have wielded that one sword. But the game Force Awakens with Star-Lord, you can get a white or a black lightsaber in that game. And that's dope. But they have meanings, man, and there's a fucking reason behind it. So, it's just sad that they neglect that in this. So they kind of have this villain here, and they're like, "What are you?" And they kind of play it off like he's somebody we're supposed to know. Oh, who is this? Well, yeah. Bullshit.
They always gotta have a Darth Vader type of evil.
Yeah.
They just have, Well,
a Sith don't have. I mean, you look at Balin Skull. I mean, it don't have to be a Sith. It don't have.
Yeah.
But Carrie Ann Moss, if you noticed her, she's a lot of you might know her from Jessica Jones or Trinity, obviously from The Matrix. She's in this, and it says that here. Now listen to this. This really pissed me off. It's just sad. It's just ridiculous. So the showrunner Leslie Headland said that she's very much inspired by Trinity from Matrix. You mean the actress that played Trinity in The Matrix? She's playing a character that's very much inspired by Trinity. Oh wow, you're so fucking creative. She said, I personally wanted to see someone who had the highest status you could imagine in a Force Foo fight. Force Foo, that's what they're calling it. Somebody that could come in and you immediately would be like, oh, that's the most powerful Jedi in the room. And that's Trinity. That's Trinity? From The Matrix? Oh, God.
Yeah, that's fucked up, man.
That's that bullshit, dog. Now for Carrie Ann Moss,
it's built off a different philosophy and biblical
they don't care.
Windows and stuff like that.
Yeah, they don't care. As long as it's all pop culture, that's all they know. That's it. As long as it's she said I felt that with a few times in my career with some of the big things I've done. Memento, The Matrix, when you're talking to a filmmaker and you just go, "Oh, they really get it." Within my soul and my spirit to get to play this Jedi. Oh, this is Carrie Ann Moss talking. She's within my soul and my spirit to get to play this Jedi Master and train for the fight was an amazing experience, which I believe her. I believe it was an amazing experience. I bet getting to play a Jedi would be a dream come true for any actor. But I feel bad for you that it's in this movie because you're going to get no love. None. not from the community, and I feel bad because I do like Trinity. I like the character. I like the actress. Carrie Ann Moss is cool. So, but and you know, I'm sure she's gonna kill that role. But the writing is gonna be ass. The context is gonna be ass. She said, a part of me forgot how much I love action. I love it. It's hard, but I was just really thrilled that I could do it, and I wanted to do it well. Give me another take. Give me another take. Yeah, in the Acolyte, it says an investigation into a shocking crime spree pits a respected Jedi Master against a dangerous warrior from his past. As more clues emerge, they travel down a dark path where sinister forces reveal all is not what it seems. The series stars Amanda Steinberg, Lee Jung-hang, Manny Jacinto, Daphne Keene, Charlie Bonet, Jodie Turner-Smith, Rebecca Henderson, Dean Charles Chapman, Jonas Soto, and Carrie Ann Moss. The Acolyte comes from creator showrunner Leslie Headland. Russian Doll. That's all she's ever done. A show called Russian Doll, which, by the way, look that up. I watched it. Like it was a cool show, and I like the actress that plays it. But definitely not when you're in a Star Wars vibe. Are you watching some shit like this? And she also serves as executive producer alongside Kathleen Kennedy. That's who we have to give us this project. And
Kennedy's baby, so to speak. Her more focused project where she put all her energy behind, right? And the studio's money, everything was pointing to this Acolyte.
Yeah.
I think, I mean, like as in all things, we should, you know, give it a watch and then analyze from there. My only problem is they showed us that one Sith Lord or just Sith minion or whatever you want to call them, and we all know in the lore it's always two.
Right.
There's always two
in the lore, but they don't follow lore. They don't follow the laws of Star Wars. They probably don't even know about the rule of two.
Yeah, so
I don't even know about it.
They don't show the rule of two in that. Then you understand that they really said fuck all of it. You know, all the lore.
They smoke death sticks. All right, but listen. This is their Jedi. They got a Jedi Wookiee.
Wow.
A Jedi Wookiee. Come on, dog.
I mean,
all right. Listen,
I wouldn't mind it. I wouldn't mind it if they stuck to a lot. I mean, if that was the only thing they deviated from a little bit.
A Wookiee doesn't have the force sensitivity. Let's just say that. But they're not.
They had a Jedi Wookiee in Bad Batch. There was a Jedi Wookiee in Bad Batch.
Yeah. I'm not with it. I
mean, as we said, the force manifests itself in different ways through different beings. So
okay,
that you know that could be one, but it depends on how they use that. If that Wookiee's not going to have, because most Wookiees, as we know, you tick them off, they're going to tear you apart. You know what I mean?
Right. They don't have like they don't understand like peaceful fucking mentalities and shit. Far as we've been told by George Lucas.
Yeah.
Right.
So if you want to come in, that's what I'm saying. You want to come and change all that shit. It's like, I don't know, man. I'm like, I don't know. Like, I get it. Like, I understand. But see, George Lucas would expand. He would continue to grow, but he's still going to stay within the parameters that he set in the beginning. Yeah, he's gonna make new shit. Everything was new. Every time he makes something, it's new. But he's sticking within his rules that he set from the beginning. And I mean, as sci-fi nerds, bro, you can't say that we don't care about fucking rules and fucking, you know, the way shit is set up.
Rules too, yeah.
Now,
rules, yeah.
Yeah, but so the Acolyte is introducing the first live-action Wookiee Jedi, Master Kalnaka, played by Junis Sautumo, which was this was like announced a year ago at a Star Wars celebration, but With the show less than a couple months away, we're getting more details now, along with some behind the scenes footage or set photos, like we just showed you there with Master Kalinka. Yeah.
Man, that's the only thing. That the way the Wookiee looks like Harry and the Hendersons, man.
Harry and the Hendersons.
Yeah, they fucked up on the goddamn makeup with that, man, or the whatever they did with the hair styling of the Wookiee.
Because the Wookiee, let me tell you why. Because the Wookiee is a woman. It's a female Wookiee.
I don't know about that. I know that the actor playing the Wookiee's a man.
Yeah.
But he's a big guy, so it may be a female Wookiee. Absolutely, they couldn't have a human female play a Wookiee because they would be too small. There's no women that are that big.
Maybe
Wookiees are like 8 feet.
basketball players.
Yeah, some NBA, yeah, WNBA women. But yeah, check him out. That's just the Wookiee Jedi right here.
Damn, Harry and the fucking Hendersons.
Fucking Harry and the Hendersons. I had to look it up, bro. I ain't seen that shit in so long. But yeah, she was. Satama was recently part of Empire Magazine's big coverage of the show and discussed the participation in the series as well as a few details about the character. And to him, playing a Jedi was a dream come true. Playing a Wookiee Jedi, I don't know if that was exactly what he envisioned as a kid. I doubt it, but hey. He said, ever since I was 5 years old, I've been fascinating about being a Jedi, like every kid. When the word Jedi was first mentioned in talks for the Acolyte, I felt really excited, like a kid who finally gets his favorite toy on his birthday. Dude, can you imagine the feeling of disappointment he got when he got the script and found out, yeah, he was a Jedi, but he's a Wookiee. I bet you he was like, fuck.
Yeah, right.
You know, he was like, fuck. He's not going to say that, but he was like, oh, shit. But yeah, he said Cal Naka being a Jedi, that sets certain expectations to how you carry yourself in the line of duty. There are certain assumptions that can be made as to whether he lets his emotions take control of him to the extent that Chewbacca would, for example. It was very interesting to bake that into the character and try to personify it on screen. So even he admits a Wookiee doesn't fucking have normally have the capacity to have be able to like calm down and not be led by their base instincts.
Yeah, their temperament,
right?
Not
their emotion, because they're quick to rip your arms out of the sockets. Remember?
Yeah,
and beat you with the wet end.
Right.
Especially if you're playing chess with them, and you beat them. That was established in the first movie.
I think I would not be surprised, y'all. I would not be surprised if this Jedi Wookiee has the power, the ability to speak.
Oh, if that happens, man, fuck.
I'm a Jedi. I'm telling you, I would not. I wouldn't be fucking surprised. I'd just be like, yep.
If they do that, man, Kathleen Kennedy, or whatever the fuck her name is,
Kathleen Turner Overdrive.
She need to cross the street and look both ways for the rest of her life, because you never know a random grab. I'm telling you, you make the Wookiee talk.
The guy who played the original Wookiee, Chewbacca, Peter Mayhew, in the original trilogy, he and in Force Awakens, he used to describe him as a mime. According to him, he said the audience doesn't understand exactly what he's saying, but they interpret his mannerisms and every little twitch and every little movement and roar. So the guy Satama also addressed the Wookiee in the room, and there's another Jedi of this species present in the High Republic era stories as well. So like I said, this is straight out of the High Republic. This show, The Acolyte, it's a very High Republic. So if you read High Republic comics, if you read High Republic books, I feel bad for you. But if you do, this is gonna be, your shit. This is what you like. The athlete turned actor said that he wanted his character to feel different from Buryaga. That's the Wookiee Jedi in High Republic, Buryaga. He said, I was aware of the character and I talked to the High Republic writers at a convention. I also wanted to differentiate Kalneka from Buryaga and not copy too much from those stories. Well, it's the only fucking source you have to look at, bro. So I hope you did look at it at least a little bit. But Kalnaka is one of many characters in the vast ensemble of the Acolyte. Most of the cast is partaking in this big interview with the Empire magazine, and you can check it out there. But yeah, it's
I mean, the Wookiees do have governance and reason because
I mean,
remember,
yeah,
because remember when they were,
they're like Ewoks. They live in tree houses and shit.
but they were also in the Senate as well.
I was getting ready to say that they were in the Senate.
They were in the Senate as well. So
they have to represent. They have to be represented in the Senate. Every species had to have a representative there. That's why there's so many tape booths and shit.
Yeah.
You know, some of them shits were just octopus and shit sitting there.
Yeah.
But no, you have a point. And in Star Wars, they do. It is cool to have like a different alien this or the different alien for that or whatever. Like, and there is so many different Jedi, of all different alien races. So. And some of them do look crazy. So some of them I don't even have like humanoid bodies. So it's not crazy to have a Wookiee Jedi. It's just something that's typical of this Acolyte show to do something like that when it's not been done before. And they're not thinking like of the connotations or what that means or like how different this Wookiee has to be. And what did this Wookiee have to go through to be so different from other Wookiees that he's a fucking Jedi? Like, that's a whole story, and you're not going to even touch. So,
and then also, they should have some backstory. If they really wanted to give us an expanded view of the Wookiee and the different types, they should have did it either through a comic book or through animation. Give us the backstory on how the Wookiee develops and what their place is within the Star Wars realm, the galaxy, and how they move and how you can differentiate them or the levels of the Wookiee, the intelligence or what have you. That way, when you phase them into anything in the universe in the Star Wars, lexicon, you can be like, okay, we understand it now. But just to pop one in and be like, yo, that's just what it is. You'll be like, wait.
Yeah.
There's some rules and laws that you're breaking with this.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. And this green Halloween face paint character. That's apparently is another High Republic based character. This one here. That's her. She's like a High Republic chick. Another, and
like
again,
a Jedi. She like Jedi rules right there.
Well, the teacher of those children in the beginning.
She's coming from the High Republic novels, and she's taking on the hero Vernestra Rao, or that's her name, Vernestra Rao, and but we do have a sort of little idea of like how the show's going to use her and stuff like that. But the Acolytes set about 100 years before the events of the Phantom Menace, and you would see Vernestra as one of the youngest Jedi Knights of the Order, and having achieved the rank of Jedi at just 15 years old. Again, High Republic does whatever it wants. It does not follow any of the rules set by George Lucas. It doesn't follow any of the rules in any of the previous movies that have been, any of the Jedi laws or any of that shit that makes Star Wars Star Wars. By taking that away, you're just doing a sci-fi space opera. It's not Star Wars anymore. What about it is Star Wars because you have a fucking lightsaber? That's it? Come on.
Kind of like Rebel Moon.
Just like Rebel Moon. And it's like fucking, it's basically like doing some Rebel Moon shit, but they're calling it Star Wars. And in the High Republic, this 15-year-old Jedi, then the novels are set roughly another 100 years before that. So it's like, it goes the High Republic for like 100 years, and then it's the Acolyte era is like another 100 years, and then the Phantom Menace happens. So the High Republic is like 200 years before Phantom Menace. Remember, Phantom Menace is the first movie in the prequel trilogy where we see young Anakin Skywalker.
So
And go ahead.
could they perhaps be saying, okay, the laws that we know that George Lucas set down is particularly focused in that era, with after everything else it's its own laws, its own theories, its own ways of being, its own time. But when we get to George Lucas, that's when his order comes into play. That's when these things are developed as law, and there's laws that predate this law.
But we're talking about Jedi laws that the Jedi, have been passing down for thousands of years. That's what I mean, shit like that. But yeah, you have a point. Like, there's some stuff that maybe was going on in the times. But when these new people write a story that takes place in an era that George Lucas has written about, and they still don't give a fuck about his, the rules that were set, that just makes me feel like this isn't, what you're saying, which would be fine. But I feel like more they're just taking their liberties because they can, because we own it now. Fuck George Lucas. We can do whatever we want. Kathleen Kennedy said the books are not canon no more. We're going to kill off the old characters. We're going to stop talking about the old characters. And it's like, you don't have to trash the past to build the future. You can build on the past. And with George Lucas's, his stuff, it's like you don't have to trash. It's like the same thing with their whole their way of doing shit is like they have to trash the men to make the women seem powerful. Why can't the women just be powerful also?
Yeah.
Why can't you just have powerful men and powerful women? Why does it now, in order for these women to look powerful, they have to make these men look weak? It's like you don't have to do that, but they don't get it. Like they're so angry. She's angry. She's an angry lady. She's said it before. She's angry. She's pissed at. She basically hates Star Wars fans. She's admitted as much.
When you're dealing in that realm of emotion, they I could say they're the Sith of emotion.
Yeah.
So I mean,
I've called them the Sith before, but I didn't want to give them that title. I didn't want to diss the Sith like that.
Oh, true. But I mean,
yeah.
I don't know. It's just they destroy themselves by trying to destroy something. Look at Anakin as a example. In order, he destroyed himself looking to be the one, the powerful one, to say, hey, I can do all things and anything, and you ultimately destroyed yourself actually being the weakest one.
Exactly.
So she's doing that, and it's
listen to this. This is George Lucas.
He's crazy. Shit.
This is George Lucas talking to Kathleen Kennedy.
Obviously, I've been talking about retiring for several years now. I wanted to get.
Hold on. I wonder if I should show you this, or if I should show you.
I remember this though. I remember this.
Yeah, this is great. Hold on. It's called. Wait, actually, I don't have to do that. I can just go to my history. Bing, 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 bing. History, because I just played it. Come on now. All right, so check this out. This is great because the way he breaks it down, or the way he says the shit, is so slick, and he just seathens her. I mean, he just like cuts her in half with the lightsaber, bro. It's so smooth. It's so sweet how he just roasts her, bro. All right, let me get in here. Let me dig in here and peel this joker out. There it is.
Yeah, I remember this.
Obviously, I've been talking about retiring for several years now. I wanted to get into sort of another stage of life where I'm not in the film business anymore.
I think this is the one. This is a long interview, and this is a bunch of. I think this is the part.
I watched some of this interview. It is long.
Yeah.
The perfect person to take over the company was.
It's good, but it's long.
She looks like she was plotting.
Move that treasure trove.
Yeah.
Doing this.
But him and Steven Spielberg used their whole career
And
to produce films.
in the future.
Yeah, but they guided her. Now she's off the handle now. Like I don't need you to guide me. I am the ruler now.
I'm the master. Yeah, I'm the master. I was the student before, but now I'm the master.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is it, but I can't find the fucking clip, dog. Damn. Well, anyway, he basically
a longer version. I think this is clipped up for a certain segment, but I think it was a longer segment.
Yeah, well, the clip I'm talking about, it's like a 30-second little thing where he basically says that that she's an asshole. Basically, he basically says that she's God damn, how did he put it?
Like
See, that's why I want to
rebel. She was always like a rebel or a contrarian to certain. I forgot how he phrased it, but it was in that vein where she would always challenge him. Or that was kind of the word. He didn't want to say get on his fucking nerves. He said challenge.
First time. That was very good. Thank God.
Yeah, he was like, sometimes people just don't understand shit, and they go and they run off anyway, and they make themselves look stupid. Some
Perfect fit.
Is that what I took with them? Then everybody.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I'm sorry.
That could have been a segment that pissed her off and said, "Fuck it, I'm destroying everything."
Yeah, but but because what is the what's her name? Talking about this character anyway. This character from the green paint from what you call it. Although the Acolyte is set about 100 years before the events of Phantom Menace, and then the High Republic is 100 years before that, and at that time, according to the showrunner, she says this character has been through some shit. That's how she said it. She said because she's been around for so long, she basically has met everyone that has come through the temple. She said she's seen them all in their she's as far as her perspective in the Acolyte, before adding quite a grim twist on that perspective to boot. She said she's seen them all die in their natural deaths if they're living a natural human life. She's known this character Soul, played by Jung Jae, since she was a tiny child. And basically there's a lot of there are of course a few more Jedi who've lived long enough to see the age of the High Republic, and with it the Jedi's apex, and give way to the recalcitrants we see by the time of the prequel trilogy, like Yoda and Yarael Proof, who were both members of the Jedi Council even during the 200-year period prior to when we met them in the Phantom Menace. And we don't know how much longer Venestra lives beyond the Acolyte, or if she even survives the first season, or if she lives through the show, or what. But Star Wars has always been fuzzy about, those that alien, the Myralians' lifespans. But anyway, it's still interesting to examine her past. The time that she was considered, a prodigy of the Order's best and brightest, to someone who's seen so much change, but not just in the Jedi coming and going, but the way that different the ways that it begins, and the ways that the highs and lows of the era of the Jedi, the High Republic era, back to their fall, and shit like that. But these are characters that in the right hands could be dope. Like, this show could be dope, but they picked the showrunner for Russian Doll. Again, look that up, to make a Star Wars show. And so, we're not going to get anything that I think that anybody that's a Star Wars fan is going to really be happy with. unfortunately.
And maybe just the entertainment part that that
Found it.
that
There it
drags
is.
people in. But if you're gonna go in story and dialogue and deep connection to it, I think that's gonna be lacking. But for the most part, I think the action is what they're thinking will hold them over. As long as we give them some lightsaber play, some aerial views through starfighters and things of that nature, they'll be okay. Yeah, and that's what they try to do with Obi-Wan. Give action instead of substance. You know what I mean? Like let you know with Obi-Wan what is his true motivations in the beginning.
Yeah.
They say, all right, we're gonna get him some fighting scenes, some scenes where he looks like, I mean, which he's supposed to be experienced. You know what I mean? Because he's supposed to have been through the Clone Wars and everything. He's supposed to be experienced, but now
Yeah.
he's doing dumb shit. How does that happen?
Cringer, my best friend. What up? What up?
What up? What up,
Yo,
Cringer?
Stu Dog.
What up?
What happened,
What up?
Stu?
What up?
Yo,
Lost
so
the
Stu
connection.
found
Lost the
the
connection. I
yeah.
found you the clip now when I sent it to you. It's,
Awesome.
if you got your phone connected to if you logged in on there, go to your history on YouTube and then
turn themselves into evil people who don't care about it.
Of aspiration.
Watch how he looks at Kathleen Kennedy at the very end when he says what he says.
As well as our institutions. So, and the idea that some of us think we're really great people, but in the real world we're not. We're terrible people who run your life in a very selfish way, and you think you're doing good when you're actually not. And at the same time, it's how do democracies turn back into dictatorships? Why do people who have the power to have the freedom turn it over to somebody who's going to take it all away from them? It's happened forever and ever, and all Star Wars is a way of updating that idea to say, watch out, because there are people out there who don't play by the rules, and if you're not careful, you're going to lose all your freedom. And at the same time, those people who may not play by the rules because they're selfish and greedy turn themselves into evil people who don't care about other people.
Yo, yeah, that eye drag, that eye literally, like, yeah, like, yo,
That was cold.
yeah.
that was cool.
But still in all, he handed the keys to the kingdom.
I mean, they gave him $1 billion. Hell yeah.
He was like, all right,
I
you know what I'm saying? I
mean,
said what
He
I
was
said,
like,
but fuck it.
I
but it
get,
came with
I get.
stipulations though. Remember, they were still supposed to consult him, have
Yeah.
meetings with him, keep the lore all intact, and do all this. She just went off and did whatever she
Well,
wanted to do.
Yeah, Bob Iger didn't like that shit. He felt like if I'm paying $1 billion for Star Wars, I do what the fuck I want with it, and he didn't like that idea. And so they went. It wasn't anything written. Like there was no. They didn't sign anything that said we have to follow George's story. It was just more of like a kind of a handshake deal. Like you guys are going to consult me, right? Or I'm going to tell you guys how to do it. And they were like, yeah, George, yeah, we'll talk to you.
That
Yeah,
actually
100%. We got you.
that was actually to appease the fans, to keep the fans aboard for the transition. That's all that was, just to have the face.
Exactly.
Okay, we're gonna convene with George on different things. No, we're not. We're not really. We're just gonna say that to keep you on the hook for these movies we're about to produce. We're gonna try to force you to like.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah, man. It's sad. I mean, it hurts that it's been taken by or bought by somebody, or being run by someone now who doesn't have a love for it. That at least if Dave Filoni had Kathleen Kennedy's job, I don't think we would be complaining a quarter as much. We would probably not even be complaining. We'd complain because we're Star Wars fans, and we'd nitpick and everything, but it wouldn't be on the level of like, I'm done with
We
Star
hate
Wars.
Star Wars. Right,
Yeah.
right. It might be like they should have did this instead of this or
Yeah,
something like that, but not like,
yeah.
look, I'm tired of
Guys,
this.
I've seen guys be like, I'm fucking done with Star Wars. They gave it up. Like, I'm not even. I don't fuck with it. Period.
But can you blame him, Reno? I mean, like I said
No,
earlier,
you can't.
Star Wars is for the boys, and it's not for the boys anymore. Every
No.
character, all right, this Acolyte stuff.
Comics
How many
still are
females
though, guys.
Comics, right,
Telling
right.
y'all.
Comics are. But how many females did we see in this Acolytes, John? If a little boy wants to be like, and what did the guy that played the Wookiee say? Ever since I was a little boy, I wanted to be a Jedi. How could you want to be a Jedi nowadays, little boy? You gotta make up your own. You gotta make up your own boy Jedi's now because they're all the main characters, the strongest ones, the ones that are leading the show and doing, they're all female. No, like I said, we're not against females, but damn, make it realistic. Give us a realistic ratio. Like,
Yeah.
like you're giving us ratios that don't exist. The boys have
Oh,
nothing.
right.
We just
Yeah.
have nothing now.
Yeah.
All they got is Paw Patrol.
Well, George Lucas served as the primary creative force behind the original trilogy and the prequel trilogy of Star Wars, but he did not have any creative input in the sequel trilogy that was produced after it was sold to Disney. But that hasn't stopped him from like sharing his plans for what would have been his take on the original sequels. During an interview, he revealed that he was once planning to focus on stormtroopers in the sequels. As a result, the sequel trilogy would have done something that neither the original trilogy or the prequels had attempted. And at the time, Lucas' plans, hint that the prequels could have been improved products if they followed his scrapped plan. He's definitely, let it be known. But he originally planned to make a sequel trilogy in his globally popular franchise. After Lucasfilm was acquired by Disney, though, they completely scrapped his because he had a script and everything. They scrapped it. They took a completely different direction. But yes, he was once he detailed his plans for the sequels in the book called The Star Wars Archives, 1999 to 2005, episodes 1 through 3. If you can find this book, it's gonna cost you some grip. It's rare, but it's out there. It's called, like I said, it's called The Star Wars Archives, 99 to 05, episodes 1 through 3. It's a really good book. But in the book, Lucas revealed that he originally intended for the sequels to have an additional focus on the plight of the stormtroopers. And, kind of like how Finn was a stormtrooper, and like he was talking about how, like, his life as a trooper, and all this, and like being unhappy as a trooper and shit. Like, that's a little bit taken from George Lucas's original stories. He said, after the rebels won, there were no more stormtroopers in my version of the third trilogy. And he added that he said, the stormtroopers refuse to give up when the Republic wins, and they want to be stormtroopers forever. So they go to a far corner of the galaxy and start their own country, their own rebellion. And if you remember how in the Ahsoka show, Thrawn and his like stormtroopers and shit, that's like, and then like Moff Gideon in the Mandalorian and his stormtroopers, that's post Empire. That's post Empire. And Vader and Palpatine are gone. The Empire's dead, but they're still running around in their armor with their gun. They still have these ships and these battle cruisers, and they're all still there, fully geared up and ready to go with no leader. And so in the lore, like they got to do something, and some of them became little warlords and shit of their areas and of their little sectors and shit. And his sequel trilogy was going to be all about these warlords and gangsters and smugglers and that whole aspect. It was going to more focus towards that, whereas like the first movie was more about the ships, starfighters and stuff more. The prequels were more definitely about Jedis and the Force and Sith and all that stuff. The sequel was going to be more about the smugglers and the gangsters and the scoundrels and the warlords and that aspect of Star Wars, because Star Wars has three main aspects. You know what I mean? They've got, you know, the starfighters, they've got the force, and then they've got you know, the people, you know, the smugglers, the gangsters and shit.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But that idea sounds dope. That would have been dope for the other three movies
Oh
rather
yeah.
than what we got. And then a lot of people that I know that have read the books, like you, Reno, and like guys I work with that read the books that are deep into it, like the book lore and all that, they all
Mhm.
said that a lot of the ideas for those movies were pulled from some of those books that Kathleen Kennedy said was not canon. Like Star Killer Base.
Oh yeah.
It was like Star Killer Base was an
A lot
idea
of
that was in one of those books. Like they broke it all down. They're like, nah, if you read this book, they talk about this. And it was like, and they pulled that from their book, from these books.
Mhm.
When
all
it's
the
not when
legends
they
books,
try to
yeah, that she said ain't
yeah.
canon, they still
And
use them.
she said, yeah, they still use them. And a lot of people were pissed about that. They're like, so why say these books aren't canon, but yeah, you pulling ideas from them. You're
Yeah.
saying that, you know, oh, we can use their ideas, but we can't use their stories. And that's another thing Disney could have did. You could have took some of these books and made some great TV shows, movies, whatever. But it's a
Yeah.
drop ball opportunity that just keeps manifesting itself with Star Wars because of who you have in charge. It's not Star
Mhm.
Wars, it's just who you put in charge.
Charge, yeah.
It's not Disney, it's who Disney put in charge of Star Wars. They don't
Yeah.
have the same vision as George Lucas, and they don't want to continue the lore that George Lucas put out there. They want to do their own thing and
Yeah.
make it their own. So,
Yeah.
like Kathleen Kennedy wants to be like George Lucas. She wants us to say 20 years from now or 10 years from now, oh, Kathleen Kennedy and Star Wars is neck and neck, hand to hand, synonymous. She did that. All right, well, give us something that we can say that about. You haven't given us anything yet that we can honestly say that we.
The only glimmers of hope was Rogue One and Andor,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
probably the early Mandalorians, the first two.
Yeah.
That.
yeah.
Yeah. That was the
Andor
really
was
good.
great.
Yeah.
Andor was really, 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 really well written. It was great, man. I mean, especially the last like 4 episodes
Oh
I'll be
yeah.
right back.
Of Andor. They were like, man, those I was gripped. I
Yeah.
like those. Man. Those last 4 episodes, and bro, they were the best, bro. It really made you like. It made me want to be a Star Wars. I was a Star Wars fan after watching that, bro. I was hard up. I was
Yeah.
like, damn, these joints is. I was like, damn, these joints is like they really gave us something good. It
Yeah.
got kind of it started off slow. It really, really did. But it picked up and everybody said the same thing. It was like, man, this joint is kind of slow. But boy,
Yeah.
once it picked up. I gotta give him credit, man. I can't take nothing away from him on that.
To me, it's like the meat and potatoes of that saga, as far as in between when they're building the Death Star. You know what I'm saying? What was
Right.
behind that? The motivations. What would intrigue people? There were people trying to stop the build of the Death Star and things of that nature. But didn't know at the same time, my man built a fail safe where you can destroy the Death
Mhm.
Star. You know what I'm
Which was
saying?
smart. Right,
Yeah,
which is smart
it
because
was
like he said, it was
smart.
too powerful. All right, it
Yeah,
was too powerful. Like you gotta be able to do something to it.
yeah,
Stop it if you had to.
yep.
Yeah, just who says it might fall in the wrong hands. We
Hmm.
might get tired of being under a dictatorship. And
Yeah,
that's the one thing that they have that they can use against you that puts everybody in line. You see the
yeah,
Death Star rising on the horizon like a moon, you know you done.
yeah.
You done.
Pretty much. You know,
Right.
and and
And
I
then
like.
remember in Rogue One, they only did what, like a quarter power and blew
Yeah.
up like yeah, he was like not full power. Just a quarter. We don't want to
Mm,
waste anything. He just,
yeah, yeah,
and bro, you see
yeah,
the destruction it caused?
yeah. That it's just it's crazy. I mean, even when George Lucas said he wanted to do a little series or a movie or show based on the troopers. Remember, I always said that. Like, I want to know what's going on in the mind of a stormtrooper during this time. Like, if they did
Mm,
it, even if they were to do something off, if they really wanted to do something different and say, "Hey, do a sitcom about the stormtroopers."
troopers.
You know what I'm
It
saying?
would have been a
Like
hit.
a
It would have been
sitcom.
a hit.
You don't have to do a drama if you
People
want
do it on YouTube.
to. Yeah.
People do it on YouTube all the time where they had the troopers talking to each other and just doing little. They got like funny skits. They got serious ones. They got, but it's all they got. Stormtroopers are big, bro. You got to do something with them. People walk. You got whole squads of people that walk around dressed as stormtroopers.
Mm-hmm. And I always thought if they did something like that, like a sitcom, it would be akin to Barney Miller. Like the back end of it, like, yo, we're trying to get these guys some good training. They still can't shoot the damn lasers. We got damage reports, self-inflicted wounds, like, yo, crazy. Something like MASH. You could do something like a MASH type thing where the
That would be
triage.
dope, bro.
You know what I mean? You can
Like
do that.
you could even show them because they always lose a battle. You could even show them winning a battle, like
Yeah.
winning a couple battles here and there. Like you said, like a MASH thing, or you could do like a thing where they're just like the Dirty Dozen, or you could do like a special group of stormtroopers who became chill with each other, and as time went on,
Kind
each
of
one
like
of them either died, got promoted, or something, and they just to the group was just no more. Like you know what I mean? Like
yeah,
Band of Brothers, they could do
Bad
like a
Batch.
Band of Brothers with stormtroopers. Like
Yeah, like the
you
Bad
know what I
Batch,
mean?
but without that clone aspect to it. It's just different guys. It's like, yo, I didn't really want to be here. I don't like the Empire, but I'm here because I need the benefits.
Right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah.
Shit like
Right.
that. That'd be crazy. You're like, no wonder they don't really want to go to battle because they ain't getting paid enough. They were just farmers on a distant planet, but they were forced to fight for the empire. But they needed the benefits to send the credits back to their families. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Right.
It's about shooting
That'd
people.
be right.
That'd be
Yeah.
so
Or it could be like Band of Brothers. You could do a Band of Brothers type of
Yeah.
stormtrooper
Yeah.
drone.
Like
It's a
HBO.
lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot you could do it. But with that, fellas, I gotta break out.
all right, bro.
Hopefully we can all get
with you.
we can always get stormtrooper outfits and just be our own little stormtrooper clan.
Or do a broadcast in
Yeah.
Stormtrooper
And
outfits.
stormtrooper outfits, yeah.
I'm
Because you
getting
got
one like
I've seen
I
if you
want an all
go
black.
on
Mm.
if you go on what used to be Twitter, there's a feed where it's just stormtroopers and they talk about where to get together and stuff like that, and they actually go out and dress up as stormtroopers and show up at places like
Yeah,
so
that's
and
wild.
march. Yeah, they march and everything. Like they do it all, bro.
Yeah, they probably
Like it's
was out
just
today. Definitely.
Oh yeah.
bro, they was out in force today. They was out
Uh,
in force today.
uh,
But I gotta break out, y'all. I catch y'all Monday. I
you
can't
say
wait. This last X-Men
good.
joint was good. Reno, may the fourth be with you guys.
Crazy. Yeah. Yeah.
Listen, man, I'm excited, man. I'm excited. I will say one thing: X-Men has not been a boring ride, not one single.
Oh no, it's been real good. Been real good, man.
Yeah, he definitely did it right. He
Yes.
definitely did it right. But with that, I gotta break out, fellas. I catch y'all Monday.
All right,
It's been
broski.
good.
All right,
All
bro.
right,
Be
peace.
safe, man.
safe.
May the fourth be with you.
We'll do. May the fourth be with you too. Peace.
Peace. Yeah, man.
Yes. But yeah, yeah. He said so yeah, so Lucas was talking about this new his sequel trilogy. And he was saying about the Jedi, in that same book, he also highlighted his plans for Luke Skywalker in the sequels. And Lucas explained that he intended for Luke to rebuild the Jedi Order. Remember, in the sequel trilogy, Luke's like, the Jedi have to end and all this bullshit. Even Mark Hamill was like, why are you writing it? Like, Luke would not do this, but they don't care. And so, but anyway, George was like gonna total opposite. Luke was gonna rebuild the Jedi Order, like he does in the novels.
Yeah.
And at the same time, he would have struggled to rebuild the Order. He said the Jedi have to grow again from scratch. So Luke has to find 2- and 3-year-olds and train them. It'll be 20 years before you'll have a new generation of Jedi, he said. And he confirmed that his sequels would have taken place shortly after Return of the Jedi, implying that we would have seen Luke during his prime as a Jedi Master, which we see in the Legends novels. If you want to see Luke in his prime and you want to see him become damn near like a god, fucking the feats and the shit that he can do, read the novels, bro. It's
And
way dope. Like,
even Luke battling with balancing the Force, even as a Jedi Master.
yeah, yeah. I mean, he definitely had tendencies to fuck with the dark side a little bit and shit like that because he is his father's son.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Um, but yeah, and that's how George Lucas saw it, and at the same time, the rebuilding of the Jedi Order would have been a long process, and this version would have definitely, I think, resonated way better with fans considering the reaction that fans had to the shit Disney has given us. But yeah, it's sad, bro, that they bought this shit from him and basically just took it and destroyed it. Just took it and just did whatever they wanted with it and just fucked it up. And that's what he was afraid of, but that's it was pretty inevitable. You know, um, Star Wars, I don't know, the Tales of the Jedi was a good show, an amazing show. Tales of the Empire was kind of was meh, but I still want to see Tales of the Sith. That could definitely be dope. With Tales of the Jedi, with Tales of the Jedi, it showed exploring unique stories outside the main Skywalker saga, and that's what's cool about it. But a show like Tales of the Sith could definitely go into shit like you know um Plagueis and Palpatine, Darth Bane, the Bane trilogy. Like come on, bro. There's so much cool shit. Knights of the Old Republic,
Yeah,
the Sith Part 2. They talk about a lot of like different Sith gods and Sith lords and shit like that are in all the novels, all the comics. So there's a whole big stack of lore that they can draw from. But I mean, as the Jedi have always, it's always been told from the perspective of the Jedi, and as the good guys of the Star Wars universe, they've almost exclusively focused on stories told from that point of view. But the original trilogy focused on Luke. The prequel focuses on Anakin. The sequel focuses on Rey. And even most of the Disney's TV shows like Obi-Wan and Ahsoka concern themselves with the Jedi. But Tales of the Jedi proved that the franchise can take a well-known Sith like Dooku and reinvigorate them by giving them a compelling backstory. There's a great novel about Dooku that made me a fan of the character. I really was not a fan of Count Dooku from the prequels. I didn't really care for his character. But in the novels, the Count Dooku novel is very cool. And it's a great backstory for Dooku. And they definitely did that in Tales of the Jedi, but Tales of the Empire did not do that. They didn't care. They didn't give us someone that we really cared about. But I think it's definitely time for Star Wars to branch away from stories about the Jedi and start giving narrative to other groups in the galaxy, namely the Sith. Now, obviously the Acolyte does try to promise to bring a Sith-led story, but nothing in that trailer says Sith-led story to me. Nothing.
Now they
I saw one maybe Sith at the very end.
And but even though I think they never focus on the infighting of the Sith, because remember that their positions are temporary. Like one dies, another takes its place, or one plots to be the emperor.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like Vader was telling his son, "Look, let's rule the galaxy as father and son. We get rid of the
Yeah.
emperor."
Yeah.
Dooku was talking about getting rid of the emperor.
Yeah.
Like, yo, these guys are infighting for power.
That's how they that's how they've
Yeah.
always been. That's
Yeah.
what Darth Bane was all about. He invented the rule of two, where there's only two Jedi or two Sith at any one time, a master to have the power and an apprentice to crave the power and eventually kill the master, and then get an apprentice who is eventually going to kill him. And that's how the cycle would go after Darth Bane made it. Before Darth Bane, though, there was whole planets of Sith. There was a Sith army. There were Sith lords, all types of tribes and shit, factions and everything. And Bane basically wiped them all out using something called a thought bomb, and wiped out the entire Sith thing at one point. But he started by infiltrating and shit, and breaking it all down. But yeah, you're right, man. That the infighting and the whole Sith lore and the Sith politics and everything just make amazing fucking stories. Everything that Palpatine was telling Anakin about, there was this guy named Darth Plagueis the Wise who found out how to cheat death. He was talking about his master who he killed.
Yeah.
But he tells Anakin, he's like, yeah, he was killed by his master, of course, or he was killed by his apprentice, something, blah blah blah. But he killed him. And there's a book called Plagueis. It's called Darth Plagueis, I think, or Plagueis, whatever. But it's really good, and it's about Palpatine as an apprentice, and like he kills Plagueis, and it's really more about Palpatine. But yeah. Tales of the Sith would be a great way to start this, exploring the Sith and their exploits before the Skywalker saga, Old Republic shit. Like, for example, Tales of the Sith could show Palpatine's training under Darth Plagueis, as well as how Palpatine gained his power in the Senate. Or it could show Darth Maul's early years, like you said, on Dathomir, or before being recruited by Palpatine, because there's a whole bunch of shit there. And then because Tales of the Sith wouldn't be bound to the Skywalker saga, it could go finally and give us something back with the Old Republic. And the Knights of the Old Republic video game too. Darth Revan, Darth Bane, Darth Vitiate, Darth Malgus. You know what I mean? In any case, seeing Star Wars from the perspective of the Sith would be is something that needs to. I think it's the only place for Star Wars to go at this point. But they're not. They're proud. They will try, but the current regime at Lucasfilm, they're giving a shit like the Acolyte, bro. I don't have really any hope for any big future Star Wars, like anything great. Like I expect to every now and then be pleasantly surprised by like some little thing like Tales of the Jedi, or some show or something that like Dave Filoni makes or something. But the Rey movie, I have no hope of liking that. So there's a movie coming out called Dawn of the Jedi. And I still have the comics. I got all the comics. And Dawn of the Jedi, it tells about the Jedi. Way before there was the Jedi, they were called Jedi, like JE''DAII or some shit. And they were the first ones to like figure shit out and create the the Jedi Order as it eventually became to be. And they before the Sith, there was the Rakata, and the Rakata were like the most evil. Like, they make the Sith look like fucking Boy Scouts, and they're just like they're dark force users, but they're crazy evil. And that's the bad guys. But anyway, it's an amazing comic series, and they're making a movie. They're making the movie, and the guy that's making the movie was initially gonna make this really dope movie about the comic series, like the Dawn of the Jedi, the birth of the idea of the Jedi and all this way back. It takes place like 20,000 years ago, like way before the Old Republic even. It would be like what we would consider biblical times, right? It's like the ancient
Genesis of it.
Yeah. And so, you know, what the fuck was I talking about?
The Jedi,
So
yeah.
yeah, so he's now gonna make it according to Kathleen Kennedy and Ray and all that shit. Like he was going to originally just make his movie. Then he said he talked to Kathleen Kennedy and they decided like that they want to shape the origins of the Jedi. So this is what they plan to do. All right. They're taking George Lucas's Star Wars, what we know as the Jedi and all that, and they're going to retell it. They're going to reshape it. They're going to remake it in their own image, make it how they want it by going back and doing the Dawn of the Jedi and having it all point, because where the Rey movie's going and where the sequel trilogy's going and all that, that's like in the wrong direction. But the way they're going to make it make sense, like the crap they did bringing Palpatine back and all this bullshit and Rey's a Palpatine or Rey's a Skywalker and all this stupid shit that they convoluted, that the guy that made the second movie scrapped everything the guy in the first movie that made the first movie did. Then the guy that made the first movie came back for the third movie and tried to fix everything the guy the second movie fucked up. The sequels were all over the place.
Yeah.
It's trash. So, but yeah, they'll try to fix all that. But it's sad because they're gonna make it seem like all that bullshit makes sense because they're gonna go and do the origin of the dawn of the Jedi, and it's going to sort of like co-sign with all the crap that Rey's doing, rebuilding the Jedi Order and her image and the way. And I'm sure that they're gonna be like, they're gonna make it where it was all came from a woman and like.
Oh no, it'll come from a non-binary individual.
Yeah.
That has female proclivities.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Most likely. Yes. That's it. That's right. So, man, it's not looking good where Star Wars is headed, but we are celebrating. It is the 4th and May the 4th, so we're celebrating Star Wars, man. But we love it. We still love it. It's still great. We still love there's still good comics coming out. There's still some good projects coming out. I mean, the stuff Dave Filoni's done has been cool. So, but there's nothing like really on the horizon that I'm really looking forward to anymore. The next few movies. I mean, the Mandalorian movie that may happen or not, I don't know if it's going to happen. That's cool-ish, I guess, if it's done. I'm not even confident about that anymore. Like season 1 and season 2, I'd have been like, oh, fuck yeah, Mando movie. But after season 3, I don't know.
I think with that Mando move is a bad move, because once you introduce that into like a certain medium, people expect a certain way to get that information, to get that that fix. You put it on the movie, it's like, I want to see it on next Wednesday. I want to see it the Wednesday after that. I just don't want to see it in or in a 2-hour setting, and that's it.
Well, it's like when an anime like My Hero Academia does a movie. It's they have a show. It's like Dragon Ball Z has movies,
and it extends into the series.
Yeah.
Like the aftermath. It'll be into the series.
Yeah. Or sometimes it'll be a separate unit, like a separate lore, like the Broly one, where there's 2 different Broly movies and shit. And so it could be like that, but yeah, I get your point, man.
Yeah, because it's like I think it would be a waste of money if they're worried about their budgets. Keep it on Disney Plus with the most the directors that are competent, producers that are competent.
I just feel it would give them a better budget. That's the only thing I was hoping for, is that it's it's Mandalorian and everything, but they've got a little better budget.
Yeah, no
because
more for vehicles.
Right. I mean, a lot of the problem with Kenobi and some of the shows that really sucked, a lot of it had to do with the budgets, in my opinion. They seemed really cheap. So hopefully these films will be resolutions of that, or something. But
Yeah.
it could, like you said, just completely throw off the medium and seem like, what's this, and people might not
Like,
fuck.
so you want me to pay Mercedes prices
Right.
or
Yeah.
Datsun? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
when you've been giving me the Datsun treatment already, I got the Datsun 3 times already. I got 3 different models, but now you wanted me to pay Mercedes price for the next Datsun? Are you out your mind?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
give me.
ass.
So which way are we operating and asking the right question?
Yeah, man, it's wild, but that's what they're doing now. They want people to pay above what the worth is. Like, we know the Mandalorian story now. We're caught up with a lot of things. Some stuff we like, some stuff we don't.
Right.
But put it in a movie is like, why go to the movie if we already experience your lows? What can you do to surprise us that you haven't really already done in the show?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Why should I pay extra for a 2-hour event where you gave us a show already? We already know what he's capable of, the lore, the dark sword. We know about what you call it, having clones with a force
Right.
set of clones. What can you shock us with? You can't. It's nothing else you can do.
Right.
You crossed them over with the with Boba Fett. You did that crossover. There's nothing. What are you gonna do? You're gonna have Vader come in and talk to him and have him sit down or something? I like what are you gonna do? It makes no sense.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, bro. But
This shit right here, man. Darth Maul's new series, on it's a new comic series called Darth Maul Black, White, and Red, and it's pure nightmare fuel.
let's
All
see.
right, let me see if they got a little review right here.
This is my apprentice, Darth Maul.
Yeah, that's dude. Hey, Darth Maul is dangerous.
Darth Maul has begun with a thrilling and chilling first issue. Stay tuned to Screen Rant for the review. Starring the popular Sith apprentice of Darth Sidious, Darth Maul, Black, White, and Red is the next anthology series set in the galaxy far, far away, following Red Hash 1, written by Benjamin Percy and illustrated by Stefano Raffaele.
Benjamin Percy's dope. He writes the Wolverine comics right now. Right now he's writing Wolverine.
Mm-hmm.
Taken back to a time before the Phantom Menace and the start of the Skywalker saga. Here, Darth Sidious sends his Sith apprentice, Darth Maul, on a new mission.
So, the rumors are true. Darth Maul lives.
Maul finds himself up against the final occultation, a dangerous force cult whose powers threaten even the Sith Lords themselves. This cult, with its chaotic dark magic, poses a significant threat to the established order. Sent to investigate an old prison ship from which painful screams emanate, Darth Maul willingly puts himself in the path of the final occultation. However, once aboard, Maul faces more than he bargained for. Each member of the cult's leading trinity challenges him, pushing his mind to the brink with nightmares and terrifying hallucinations.
I think that's from a game.
While the Sith seek to control and dominate using the dark side of the Force,
Yeah.
the final occultation embraces chaos and discord. Despite Darth Sidious's interest in the chaos the cult represents, Maul realizes that their ideology directly opposes that of the Sith. This realization creates a subtle disagreement between master and apprentice, leading to an ideological clash at the issue's climax. Maul confronts each leader of the Force cult, facing their volatile powers sourced from the dark side of the Force. Against Heldy Cerebron, Vasek Aldrich, and the formless third leader, Maul relies on his Sith training, holding on to principles of control and order in the face of chaos. The final occultation's goal is to plunge the galaxy into madness and anarchy, and Maul stands as the only barrier against this chaos. The fact that neither the Jedi Order nor the Sith sense this significant dark side threat raises questions. Perhaps Sidious and Maul's quick action prevented the Force cult from exposing their secret activities. Set before the Phantom Menace. This story underscores the catastrophic consequences that would have ensued had Sidious been discovered before his grand plan for galactic dominance was ready. It's an exciting narrative that delves into the relationship between Sidious and Maul before the latter's defeat by Obi-Wan Kenobi, only to return as Sidious's rival.
Said I couldn't get a respected software engineering degree from an online school, but with WG.
Well, yeah, that's I don't know. It didn't. The final oculation. Yeah, it's Darth Maul. Darth Maul faces a powerful Force cult. The final oculation or occultation. Sorry, occultation. So I guess that, like, as in occultation, final occultation. And then it's called it's called Black, White, and Red. It's part of the Black, White, and Red series. You know, there's been Wolverine, Black, White, and Blood, Deadpool, Black, White, and Blood. There's always something Black, White, and Red, where basically it's a black and white comic, and everything red or that would be red is red, and everything else is black and white. So it's just an artistic way to do it, but it's something interesting to do with a character like Darth Maul because he's red and black, so he'll always be red.
It's that Frank Miller.
Yes. Right. Yes. Black, White, and Red is very Frank Miller. Yes. Oh yeah.
With that, they're making him an anti-hero, of course. I mean, yeah, he's cool. Darth Maul is cool as a character, Sith Lord and stuff like that. He's a great character, you know.
Yeah. I mean, he's evil. He's pure evil. He's definitely pure evil.
But they straddle in that line and say,
but hey. I mean, a protagonist doesn't have to be evil or good. I mean, a protagonist don't have to be good guy. A protagonist can be a bad guy. It's just we're seeing it from their point of view. Nobody's a villain in their own mind.
Yeah, you're absolutely correct. Yeah, you're absolutely correct.
And when you see it from their point of view, it's not necessarily that they're making him a good guy, but they're making him the main character.
Yeah. Yeah, but also when you say there's an ultimate evil out there, it's like, so there's people more evil than Sith? Are you serious? Like, so that it throws you off balance in a way. You're like, I'm just seeing the Sith being the ultimate evil in the universe, but there's someone bigger than them. It's like, whoa, okay.
Wow, yeah.
So now we gotta, are the Sith truly the evil ones? Or are there the gray ones? Or are they, you know what I'm saying? It throws a lot of questions around pertaining to that Force ideology. You know what I mean?
Right. Yep. Here's the Black, White, and Red comic. God damn it.
Yeah. It dropped the, what you call it?
No, I keep getting this McAfee or these pop-up shits.
Yo.
But yeah, it looks sweet.
Go back to the eyes again. It's a subliminal in that. You see it? You see it in Maul's eyes?
Yeah, the cross?
Yeah, you see it, right? I caught that right away. I'm like, whoa, hold up.
Yeah, some upside down cross shit.
Yeah. It's crazy when your mind is programmed to decipher everything, man. It's like nothing past you. Man.
Yeah. Yeah, he willingly putting himself directly in the sights of the final oculation. Darth Maul gets more than he bargained for once he makes it to the ship and witnesses their power firsthand in Darth Maul, Black, White, and Red. Yeah, it looks pretty cool. I'm not a big Darth Maul fan, really. Just not. He just wasn't that interesting to me. But he looks. He's grown on me because when he came back in Clone Wars and we saw like more of him and got to hear him talk, and then he becomes like the head of Mandalore, and like he has a lot of character development. He definitely grew on me, but at first I was like, oh, he's really cool, but he died like minutes into seeing him. He like one fight and he was dead, and it was just like it was like I felt like it was just like a spectacle, and then he was gone. But
Yeah.
then he came back and he had substance and shit. And there's books, there's Darth Maul novels, there's these comics, there's all kinds of Darth Maul stuff out there, and he definitely is has become a cool character.
Indeed.
But yeah, y'all, man, that's it, man. It is the 4th, and that is our show. We wrapping it up here. It's about 9 o'clock. But yeah, man, everybody, may the 4th be with you.
Indeed.
You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? Go get your Star Wars in.
Yep.
I mean,
May the 4th be with you. And until Mutant Monday.
yes, sir. We'll be back on Monday, man. We'll definitely be talking about X-Men 97, because damn, we're in the finale trilogy. This last episode and the next 2 episodes are part of the finale trilogy. And it's really amazing. So we're gonna definitely have fun chopping that up tomorrow or Monday. So yeah, man, have a good weekend. Be safe, everybody. Again, may the 4th be with you. Peace.
Peace.